One interesting thing about Yo is always his Civ drafts as well. They're so wildly different from anyone else, and I love looking at players' reactions as they see them. It's usually, what?
Yeah.
What is he picked, right? As Yo goes for the Britons, the first time I believe we've seen Britons in this tournament being played here in London. And we've got the hometown Civ on Hengehold for Mr. Yo against Portuguese for Hearttt.
Well, I think the big reason behind this for Yo is this map is usually just archers. And it's a big reason for both players here with their civs. But yeah, Britons, if you can get to Castle Age, you have the additional range for free, 8-range crossbows. That might be the difference maker here, because when it comes to the micro, Yo's not known for being able to compete there. He's got to use that additional range.
Yeah, if he can survive, if he can get to Castle Age. Also, this map is huge. There's so many areas to expand with the TCs, and Britain town centers are cheaper on the wood cost. So if you get those set up on the berries, your villagers are right underneath your TC. They're relatively safe. You can expand your eco, and you can just keep stretching out across the field. And then Britain's in the late game. I mean, if you ever get there, Britain late game is really, really tough to fight up against.
Big reason we don't see the Britons picked is because of how one-dimensional they are.
Yes.
If the archers get shut down, they don't have as many options as other civs, and that Portuguese gold discount, that's a bonus that applies towards every gold unit. So if Hearttt wants to switch to knights, if he wants organ guns, bombard cannons, monks, there's just so much value there. And there's also a lot of berries on this map. So Portuguese gets some extra wood while they're taking the berries. A lot of that food income will be from there. So as Hearttt moves forward with his 2 archers on the left, kind of going untracked by Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo's also moving forward untracked by Hearttt.
There's going to be walls there, and Hearttt is really prioritizing those walls, and you see he has that spearman there to delay as well. So he can see the archers coming in early. Hearttt is calling for a pause now from Mr. Yo. Maybe something wasn't working properly. He was trying to get the wall down on time. Yo's also trying to get the wall down on time. Let's see if they can sort this out real quick.
Looked like he said something to him.
Yeah.
They may also be in a Discord channel with the admins if there's an issue. It's also possible you start with 27 vills. Could have been a random villager stuck in a wood line or something, which occasionally happens. So whatever it is, we'll let you know. Hearttt apparently saying his game just froze on him here. So we'll see what ends up happening here. But it felt like Hearttt was defended there. He wasn't going to take much damage.
Well, he says he's ready to continue, so hopefully that villager can get the one wall segment down in time.
I think he did.
What a bad moment for that to happen, right? If it does get down in time, though, he's perfectly fine. Nice little gate there from Mr. Yo. He tries to force the scout into the spearman. Love watching Yo on land because you get those extra little moments that he doesn't go for usually.
That's not a play that I would normally associate with Yo, but to your point, maybe it's because there's less lag. He is able to use that now. Wall's still not completed there, but I think the army's coming over from Hearttt. And yeah, Hearttt should be able to clear that if Yo's not careful. And I think as well, I don't think Hearttt will get into Yo's base. So
look at the castle timing for Mr. Yo. As we said before, so many of his games are dictated by when he gets to Castle Age. Is he a minute ahead of his enemy? How many villagers has he lost? Is he behind his enemy getting there? Usually in the games where he's behind, he's going to lose. Yeah. Because Yo is a Castle Age player. He wants to expand his town centers. He wants to hit you with like knights or, in this instance, extra range crossbows. And he's going to get there first.
Okay, I'm going to hit you with a little question game here. There's no wrong answers, okay? What's the #1 unit you think of when you think of Mr. Yo?
Knights.
Okay, what's the #2 unit you think of Mr. Yo?
Mangonels.
#3?
I don't know.
It's not crossbow, though, right?
No, it's not crossbow.
All right, I was just curious.
Okay, sorry.
Just curious.
I forgot. No, I forgot the part where you said there's no wrong answer. Sorry.
You got really.
Sorry, dude.
No pressure intended there.
I forgot that part.
All I'm trying to bring up here is the opponent's going full skirm, and so. This is, again, the issue we talked about with the Britons. You make it to Castle Age faster.
He's going to make knights.
He's going to make knights with Britons, which
and
you can do. They're good enough.
I think that's not a bad decision, right? You got all those berries to go on to. Hearttt will see the stable now. That's a nice little house wall there from Mr. Yo. He's trying. These are things that Mr. Yo does not normally attempt.
I mean, it's like 3 house walls.
No, I know it is. I know it is, but usually
he's not chat.
I get it, but usually he does not try and do those type of things.
I would like to apologize to chat. I didn't mean to bring chat into this. I was just.
They suck anyway.
Tower on the front there for Yo. Will protect the gold somewhat. And I agree. I think it's not bad to make knights when your opponent has the skirms out, but you still have to play through crossbowmen here. If it's just knights, Portuguese monks are too cheap. Portuguese knights themselves are stronger.
I do like the fact that Yo sent 2 more villagers. It might be long distance gathering the stone.
Yep, that's a nice detail.
But he wants to get those extra TCs up. Nope, he's got a mining kit there, okay? Cool.
Yep, that's nice.
Archers are being cleared up. Nice job here from Hearttt to track those and clear those early. Mr. Yo not getting the crossbow upgrade yet. He's just queuing a few archers, and now Hearttt pressuring near that university from Mr. Yo. So he's trying to go fast ballistics.
This
is that
is
a
really
siege workshop? That's a siege workshop.
This is really nice value from Hearttt, though. To find those archers before they're upgraded is so good. He will lose some skirms here, but he no longer really has to worry about any pressure on his gold. The siege workshop goes up for Yo on the back. I think I can't see Yo doing any pressure right now, so I think Mr. Yo is just going to have to boom it out for a while.
Yep, and Hearttt goes to that second TC faster as well. But remember, the Britain TCs are cheaper, so if Yoga has 200 stone, he could easily drop 2 town centers with his current wood situation, although he's going for the crossbow upgrade now. He's going for another archer range, so a little bit more in production for Mr. Yo.
Dude, these chickens will
they're
shut up.
Extremely loud. Yeah, they're big. I don't know who they're fans of.
Well, they're not fans of, who was it that misclicked a chicken earlier? MBL? I forget.
They're a clucking problem, dude.
Dude,
That's
they are a clucking problem. And the foxes as well. Don't even get me started on these animals, man. They've just... they've been bothering me. Pretty sure there's a hole in the wall there, which Yo will realize. But this is what Hearttt wants to do. He's the one with the initiative. Yo's going to have to react. And as we see the second town center going up there from Yo, a slight lead from Hearttt with resources collected. He killed the 1 villager. Scout goes down there, but about 500 more resources collected.
Another hole at the back, but Hearttt doesn't see it. He doesn't even check. This is something that players should be looking at, because consistently, every single time we watch this map, someone's fully walled, and there's a hole at the back of it. And Heartt's going to check that.
Yeah, but
Heartt's going to see this.
I don't know, dude. That seems like a dangerous alley to go down.
It does.
It's not well lit.
It's a dark alley.
There's a sign there. It says, don't go through here past 11 p.m.
But there's a club at the end. And there's
Yo
no
clue.
bouncer.
Yo is no
there's
clue.
No bouncer to this club. He's going to show up on the wood line. Yo tries to go for a wall, but it's only 1 palisade wall. And Yo's going to lose the villagers here. 1 villager down, 2 villagers down, 3 villagers down. Hearttt going after another one. He's going to kill a 4th villager. The Mangonel just can't catch up. 5 villagers now, 6 villagers down for Mr. Yo because of this hole.
And Heartt's just going to continue with the micro here. The thing is, he's got the eco behind it as well. He knows how good this position is. He wants to keep this army here and get as much value as possible, but it is already paid for itself. Beautiful micro, backs up towards the Mangonel. Even just 1 more crossbow kill here would be so sweet. Oh man, dude. Mr. Yo, he needed to get the full walls down.
Yeah. I think he might manage to clear these before ballistics comes in, which is.
But
like
there's another army on the gold. There's another army on the gold.
There's another army in the middle there, and the relics are coming in for Hearttt. He's got 1 skirmisher back there still. Mr. Yo does not have the setup that he wants with the Britons. He's 10 villagers behind. He's adding in some knights now, and if I know Mr. Yo, he's gonna not use those knights really against the army, but go and try and look for raids with those and send them at odd angles into Heartt's base. But I think with ballistics, Hearttt should be fine.
This is the perfect start for Hearttt. Like, no question. He was able to read his opponent. He's outplayed his opponent. Look at his resources there.
Yeah,
he's spending his resources so perfectly.
Yeah,
he barely has any resource over 100 right now.
I mean, you can see from just like the little wood ticks that happen every so often how much the Portuguese is benefiting him with those little random berries.
Yep.
On the other side where he's expanding out to, right? Great civilization pick here from Hearttt. As Yo tries to come in here, snipe the monk. He's going to give up the knight though. And he kills a couple crossbows there, and he's killing a couple more here, but he loses the Mangonel, and there's really no momentum for Mr. Yo.
How many relics is that for Hearttt? He's got 3. I forget actually how many there are. I thought there was like 5 or something in the middle.
On this map, yeah. Might be 4.
Well, the only positive for Yo is that he did, for the first time in a while, match the military numbers after that Mangonel shot. So he's got 14 right now. It's 13 for Hearttt. He finally has a significant ball of crossbows. Now he needs to get that range working for him. I think get ballistics as quickly as possible, and he's going to need a big push through the
It's
middle.
still against +2 skirms, though.
Yeah.
And Heartt's going to have Mangonels to deal with Yo's Mangonels. Plus, there's the Monks to deal with the Knights for Mr. Yo. So, at this point, your win condition, and Yo is really great at identifying win conditions. I think your win condition is no longer win the battle in the middle. I think it's just expand and take it to the
Drag it out.
somehow.
Yeah, it's either or. Because if it stays as is, if it stays 2 town centers and you're not pushing, it's just going to be horrible for you.
Yeah.
But if the Knights are able to get into the right position here, it could be a value for him to still have them out there. Heartt with lots of outposts through the middle, and Heartt advancing forward with the army there. Double Mangonel.
Look at the resources for Mr. Yo right now. His berries are really helping him out. Remember, he lost 8 villagers in this game.
It could be the plan for Yo here is to go fast in.
Maybe.
I mean, that's the extreme.
Bracer, yeah, you fast in, Bracer with the extra range. It could be devastating, maybe. Then he can clear up the skirms. He can push through the center, maybe get a castle there.
He's got the stone in the back still. That's always an option. What he's trying to do now is he's trying to counterattack Heartt, but Heartt's got a sense here. I'd love to see Heartt's Fog of War here for a moment.
I don't know if Heartt senses fast in, though. I think Heartt would assume expansion, right? Would assume extra TCs.
Yeah, that he might not know. We'll have to keep an eye on it. But great game sense from Heartt to realize you're not at the front of your base. You're certainly going to be looping around. He's got the crossbowman on the back taking care of the Knights. And now he has the skirms with ballistics, with full armor and attack, finding the crossbows. And it's the same issue as before.
Yeah.
Yo can't keep the archers alive.
And Yo actually invested into the second wood upgrade, so maybe he is not even thinking fast in, Brett. We look at the amount on gold here for Mr. Yo as he loses this army. We look at the food count for him. It's looking good, but the gold is simply not there to click up. And Heartt is going to have a castle soon. Do you go forward with this castle?
Normally, I think if I have 5 relics and I have the map control, I'd go for more of a defensive castle, but there is a lot of gold in the middle. That position right there where he has the army, that's not easy for Yo to push. So I don't see why not. Heartt's just a player who wants his villagers to work as efficiently as possible.
Yeah.
Usually those players never go for the forward castles.
Yo is trying to find whatever value he can. He's got crossbows here, but the Mangonel just came out from Heartt. His crossbows are going to have to leave, and we got crossbows in defense from Heartt as well. The Mangonels are still pushing. Heartt's got a fantastic position in this game, and Yo has just been floating that res. We thought he might be thinking about fast in. It's not going to happen, though, because he needs to invest in the military to keep himself safe.
Yeah, I think it was the plan, but then he just lost everything. And,
I'm not
and
sure
he
it
just
was.
can't stabilize. And Mr. Yo taps out. Heartt just destroys him in the first game.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Britons, the first time might be the only time that we see them in this tournament. It didn't quite work out for Mr. Yo. Wonder how that game would have gone if the hole hadn't been there.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
Also wonder if it was an overchop.
I also wonder if he ever needed to move out with those archers. I think you just stay consistent with your archer production and you stay at home. Yeah. There was no need to move out. Your opponent had skirmishers. How many archers did he lose to a feudal age army? It was like 6 or something. And then he's in his one-dimensional situation where he doesn't have a lot of army. His opponent knows he's going to add knights. He adds a monk or 2. And Heartt made it all look very easy, but that was pretty shaky there. This is what I'm talking about. Like, you just don't move
You're
out
on the way
here.
to Castle.
You don't move out
5
here.
seconds away. Like,
Yeah.
Just pull them straight back, right? You don't have to fight or anything like that. Skirmishers are going to clear those up, and Heartt with a good Castle Age himself behind it. Better eco bonus as well. And then this is just game defining. I think it was an overchop. Mr. Yo thought he was fully walled. Heartt sneaks in, and it's just too late to recognize.
The AoE gods will just, that always happens to the person who's already losing, right? Like the AoE gods will just snowball on you sometimes. That was brutal. I think at Heartt saw this and he's like, okay, I just won.
Yep.
Because I got enough value.
Yep.
As long as I don't make any major mistakes, I've got this game locked down. And this was excellent game sense. I think the only way back for Yo was a counterattack. And Heartt was like, I know exactly where I'm vulnerable. I know where I would go in your position. And he just fully jumped on the army. Again, just perfect play.
Oh, I just wonder if the plan was actually fast simp, because at that same moment he was going forward, he got the second wood upgrade and ballistics.
Yeah.
So maybe it didn't even cross his mind. Maybe he's just floating res.
We got some interesting stats here. So first off, this is the amount of times they played against each other on the ladder qualifier. Obviously, lots of games, advantage there for Heartt. But then also interesting, I mean, Koreans most pick Civ is probably the case for everybody, so stat ruined. But their strongest map is actually the same here, so that's kind of cool.
I love the win rates for Yo on the ladder in general and all his matchups. He just was grinding his way through that.
Yeah, seriously.
58%, 51% on Volpine, his most picked map. So it's just win-loss, 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 win-loss. It's tough one for Mr. Yo.
Well, positive here for Yo. There's a reason Britons haven't been picked a lot. They're a little bit riskier than other civs. Other civs have better bonuses. So it was a later pick in his draft. Vikings, Persians, Ethiopians, all civs that we've seen played and I think win so far this Red Bull. I might be misremembering, but Portuguese is just top tier, and that was Heartt's #1 pick. I like that decision to just start off firing, but maybe the matchups will be a bit better for him here.
I mean, we look at the maps coming up, all have elements of water on them. It's very, very interesting. Blue Wells should be a very good map for Saracens with all the gold coming from the whales.
Yep.
I think that's one of the civs where you could maybe think about like a pretty fast Castle Age there, and I'm surprised it's not banned. We also have Romans for Glacis as well for Heartt. So I'm really liking his draft here. Mr. Yo, some more questions.
Yeah, some more questions. We've got a map.
Oh,
is this the next map by chance?
I like that.
The next map. Okay, perfect.
Little animations.
Yeah.
This is how when I was a kid I
This is a this is bugged though. That's a 2v2 map.
Ah, true.
It's not 1v1. Is this for another tournament production?
They're rolling it up now.
Crazini's so mad at me right now.
They're rolling it up. Dude.
Whoever makes the thumbnails, it defaults it to 2v2 even if it's 1v1. So they're not happy with me. But yeah, that's really cool. I love that. There's just so many things in this tournament that are just that next level of like special and unique. Things we'd never think of. So shout out to everyone involved. Of course, game number 2 about to come in on Stone Drift. The map that is new. We have 2 new maps, and this is the biggest water map we have in the pool. We've seen a lot of transporting on this map, but I think we've seen a lot of transporting on this map because MBL was playing. And the one time he played was actually against Yo. And here we have Yo. He's going to make a fishing ship to start, then queue a fire galley.
Yeah.
And the main difference is Heartt just queued 2 fire galleys right away.
I talked to quite a few players about this map. I asked them when I got here, what do you think about it? And they all said the same thing. Very one-dimensional. You play water.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we've seen it twice, and it's been land and water. But like you said,
it's MBL.
Because of MBL. If this goes back to being a more one-dimensional map, then Vikings should have the advantage here over Malay. Malay can hit the timings with the transitions. Would be very nice for them, right? But if we're getting into just water versus water, Vikings are still the king.
Yeah, and it's slightly less one-dimensional than it would have been a year ago. Is that are those snakes on the?
Yeah. There's 3 snakes on every island, and they blend right in, and they're also venomous, and you don't want to land there. See that guy landed there.
Yeah,
that
he's
little
dead.
body landed there, and now he's dead. Yeah. So. Well, he's not having a good day.
Okay, well, we'll keep an eye on the snakes there as these boats boat, but it's less one-dimensional than it used to be. Explain the water triangle. You've got that. Thank you, Vodka, so much. That's a lot of movement.
They roam around too. They roam around like deer.
I'm the one who brought it up, but this is really distracting as I'm trying to move on to the balance. Yeah, it is.
Okay, what about the balance?
But you've got Hawks. Hawks are supposed to be great against fires.
Yes.
Fires are great against the galleys. Galleys are good against the Hawks, right? So there's this back and forth. So far,
demos are just bad in general.
And demos have been nerfed. There are some situations where they can be strong, but on water v water, I would agree, not something to go for.
So you can see Heartt just focusing down those Hulks because they're doing significant damage against the fires. But I think I like the fires Hulk combination against low amounts of galleys.
Yeah.
It's really nice because you can hard commit to the galleys with the fires, and then your Hulks can take care of their fires until you have like 6 or 7 galleys.
Yeah. So I know I've got a bit of a reputation for being low elo on islands, but in some of the water testing I've done, I really feel like that dual comp that you're going to want is galleys with Hulks in front. It is incredibly strong because, you're with the Hulks in front, you are protecting from the fires, which they inevitably make, and then range is always king in Age of Empires if you can control it. So Heartt showed us in the first game how good he is with that.
That's once you get enough galleys, though.
Yeah.
That's the issue, right? And I think Heartt's getting to that point where he has enough galleys, and now he's adding the fires in front.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe it all depends. The other thing here is, like, these docks are both in the front. Everything's super close together here. You kill 5 fishing ships from the opponent, and that's a 10 eco difference right there.
Is Yo just going fires and then waiting for longboats? He's a minute and 20 seconds away. Hearttt clicked up after him, but he's actually ahead because of melee going up faster. Res collected, still a little bit ahead for Yo. It has wheelbarrow automatically. Vikings are very smooth civ.
Yeah.
Empire Wars.
Yeah, I think mr.yo will be very content to boom this out late game, but so will Hearttt. Fire Galley's just looping around. Yo has been using a lot of the garrison there in the dock. And I honestly, Yo might not be able to get away from here unless he loops around, and he will do that.
I think this is fine for him. He's just pulling the Navy away. He's still fishing at home. And the galleys are doing very low damage to the fires.
Interesting.
Fires are actually good now against galleys.
Interesting we don't see a single Hulk from Hearttt because his opponent is going pretty heavy galleys.
I honestly think that galley fire is better than galley Hulk.
Yeah, maybe.
Because
well, also the Hulks don't take down docks at all.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
You need that. Yeah, there's the first longboat queued up. But
and the medium warships upgrade too. So fires are also decent against longboats if you get the medium warship upgrade. So you need some hulks in front of that. So it's a nice little four-way mix here with these civs, and like maybe 4.5 for the demos.
No, let's not forget about the demos. Yeah, and of course it's a separate upgrade. That's really my complaint with the demos. It's a separate upgrade to upgrade the demos. The warships upgrade, they're just not included in that. But yeah, pretty close game.
Nice.
There's our first eco kill.
Yep.
And let's not forget the eco bonus for the Vikings. Free wheelbarrow felt nice, but now free handcart feels amazing.
Yeah, look at you. Just always find yourself with so much like food in the bag. Usually, if you have any farms, if you have any villagers on food, you're always floating something with the Vikings. And this is a nice little maneuver here from mr.yo. You can see the fires are just tickling each other. They're basically just tickling each other, and the war galleys aren't doing much damage to them either. So Yo's going to have the range units in the longboats.
I mean, Hearttt didn't have bot Canero this whole time.
Still only has 3 war galleys.
Yeah, Hearttt didn't have bot Canero.
He has 1 on food. Like, he doesn't really have the food eco to afford the upgrades he needs. He finally sinks in bot Canero, but...
Yo is insane. Hearttt does have the big numbers now, but Yo just does an incredible job. He never takes the direct fight until he has to.
Yes.
This is now becoming a situation where he maybe has to. This is getting kind of dangerous for him as well, actually.
Weak longboats there. Good pressure from Hearttt as Yo tries to take out those war galleys, but Hearttt dives in. He takes out the 2 weak longboats. He just wants to stop that mass from mr.yo, and he's adding a second town center. I don't think Yo needs that second town center. I think he should just put all of his villagers on gold and
he's gonna add the TC right now. Yep, there you go.
Well,
great call.
thanks mr.yo.
When you started,
guys got my back, dude.
Sometimes as a caster, you start the sentence, guys, and then the player just works his way towards the next decision. But it's been really close. It's 13 to 11 KD. I'm still not sure how this is really going to scale on what ship they're going to commit to. We've seen a lot of fires out there from Hearttt, of course.
If you get a big mass of longboats, there's nothing that can stop you.
Yeah.
I think that's the win condition for Yo.
But
like,
6
is not enough. Get a big mass of longboats. Make sure that he's not redocking somewhere weird. Make sure he's not getting set up on any of these islands. And just win the fights.
Yeah, just win, as Viper said earlier. But still some worry for Yo. Potentially, he doesn't have the big numbers. I like the fact that he's still prioritizing a bit of a meat shield for those 6 longboats. And I also see the university, so that's the other thing. You have university upgrades now, 4 boats. Some of them were in the docks, and they were moved to the university. Oh, the snake died! And, yeah, there's now additional upgrades as well. So that'll increase the speed, and I think that's really the biggest thing if you're going to be using fire ships. But you also have the Pierce armor.
Yep. So who has the university upgrades first? CEO with the university. Okay, there we go. That's for ship speed right there.
And that's
push that fire away.
It also has the benefit of being able to hit and run a lot easier with the longboats. It's not just for the fires. Benefits all the ships.
There from Hearttt. This is a lot of the food eco. This is basically all of the food eco for mr.yo is those fishing ships until now.
Why did mr.yo move away, I wonder?
I think he's looking for the fish from Hearttt. He's looking for his opportunities, but one problem he's consistently had this game is his docks are so spread out that Hearttt just keeps killing the reinforcements as they come out.
Yeah. Well, Hearttt has had the numbers this whole time, and Heartt's got the eco numbers now.
Yo's got the speed, though. He's got the speed upgrade now. Neither player with ballistics.
I really wonder if a big reason that Yo picked this map is because he's not sure on Heartt's comfort zone with like getting the university techs, for example. Still haven't seen the university from Heartt. Maybe there's one coming up as we say that. But the longboats come home after pretty much abandoning the docks, getting no value. They come home now. It's a lot of boats, Dave. It's a lot of fires in there.
It's a lot of fires for Heartt. And Yo still hasn't added in any hulks, despite the fact that the war galley count has been fairly low.
It's really low for Heartt. Exactly. I think Hulk should be the play. The 2 villagers on the shoreline
Yo's
there.
adding fires.
Yeah, I think maybe you do so because you see some war galleys out there. But I just don't know.
It's only like 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. I think Hulks are a really good option here. But he's got the speed now. Heartt's going to get that upgrade in 45 seconds. I think if Heartt had the upgrade right now, that those longboats would all be cleared up. So that's given Yo a little bit more mobility. But he runs right into the fires, and he's completely surrounded on the island. That's brutal for Yo.
Great positioning from Heartt, especially with the speed upgrade already in for Mr. Yo. For Heartt to find that position is fantastic. Now Heartt's getting the speed upgrade himself. The longboat match just hasn't been there. Yo just keeps running into these fires. He hasn't found a solution for the fires at all. And Heartt is adding a 3rd town center now. He's trying to expand his eco at home. Yo, trying to get docks in a more consistent. I like this so much better for Mr. Yo now that his docks aren't spread apart.
Yeah, agreed.
I think it's going to be so much more consistent for him than the 3 that he started off with.
And if he can just keep Heartt away from there, I think it's so early for a redock that Heartt will not expect it.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, everyone who Heartt has ever practiced these types of maps with are just like 4 TC booming. They'll build a castle on the shoreline later. They'll try and redock like 10 minutes from now.
Heartt's making fish.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Heartt's not expecting
really
this
confident.
at all. Yeah.
He's really confident. He's cleared up the docks and that they're going to go for a castle and then add the docks later in the game. But Mr. Yo immediately going for 4 more, and now Heartt's going to have to pull the Navy back over, and he's going to run into the biggest longboat Navy that he's seen so far this game.
But there's 5 docks there. Imagine 5 Hawks in front of the longboats. I am not sure the longboats are good enough without the support with the new water change. It's still early. We still haven't seen the careening upgrade in for Heartt for the Pierce Armor or anything, but Heartt's just going to chase this down right now, and let's see how it goes for Mr. Yo. You are right. Like, he's getting the numbers now. He hasn't had this mass before, and Heartt backs off.
I actually just had to pull up the tech tree to make sure that they got the 2nd Hulk upgrade. And I wasn't like, we weren't like completely tripping, right?
Yeah, true. We don't have anything.
I'm very confused here.
Well, I guess when you have a longboat that's this good, or a ship that's this good like the longboat, maybe the feeling is that's always got to be the key. Similar to what we were thinking he would try with the Britons in the previous game, and he would have to go full archers. Dave, he is kind of pushed back here. He's on the way to the Imperial Age. Yeah. Crazy.
I mean, we still got to respect the eco for Vikings on land, right? He got wheelbarrow and handcart for free right away. A Siphons comes in for Heartt, and that's going to be really good against the longboats. It gives him a nice little opening charge attack, explosion attack for the fires.
But the Pierce Armor upgrade, Dave, that +1 Pierce Armor would have been so beneficial against these ranged boats. That's something that Heartt has never gone for.
Yeah, careening.
He got the speed upgrade, but he didn't get the Pierce Armor upgrade, and that's something I was kind of expecting once he got the university. Mr. Yo is getting some real momentum here.
There they are!
Okay, they do exist.
When he finally has enough longboats to kill the fires, here we go. We've got the Hulks for Mr. Yo in front. Longboat Navy is still there. Resources looking really good. He's got a lot of wood in the bank if he wants to even drop more docks. Speaking of dropping more docks, here we go for Heartt. And wow, Heartt's resources not looking good if he wants to make a
Viking economy in Empire Wars is ridiculous. It's so good. Like, this Civ is good in standard games, yes. But they have their weaknesses because of no early eco bonus. But you start in the feudal age with an established eco, with free wheel, and obviously you get to castle age pretty quickly here. And the beauty is the fires and the longboats take down the docks so fast.
This is the win condition. And both players know on this map. This is the one-dimensional map that the players were talking about when I asked them that question. We thought it was different because MBL was playing, but it was just because it was MBL.
You can put MBL on any map, and it's going to look very different. Yeah.
In a map like this, maybe there's some questions for Heartt, like how did you let Vikings slip through on the draft?
Yeah.
Because they're so powerful here. And this is what Mr. Yo was playing towards. He's going to have a big, massive longboats. He's going to push these fires back. He's in Imp, and Heartt's like, okay, I have
Heartt's
no
like,
solution.
Heartt's like, get me out of here.
Yeah, and it was so good for Heartt at the beginning. He controlled the water for so long. He killed every Navy, and it just doesn't matter.
I mean, okay, so obviously we casters, we understand the players very well.
Yeah.
Heartt can be very diplomatic. I think for Heartt, mentally, he's thinking like, yeah, just get me into the next game.
Get me to the next
Civ
game.
win next, right? Because like, he played really well. Like, he was winning a lot of the fights. He had the numbers advantage. He's probably feeling like, I couldn't have done anything more there.
Dude.
I took good engagements. I had good economy. How on earth does the eco look like this?
You win that map in the draft.
Yeah, maybe.
mr.yo had to know as soon as he got Vikings in that draft, with Stone Drift in there,
But
he's
but
if he plays correct.
the ship that Yo was making was a ranged ship, and there's an upgrade available to add Pierce Armor, right? And it's new. It wasn't available in the university before. And Yo said in his interview, he said he's going to pick water maps against players he doesn't think has the experience. Heartt is an Arabia player all day, every day, and it was a weakness there.
I want to agree with you, but I don't know how much of the longboat damage is due to amount of arrows and how much is due to actual damage coming out.
Well, if you don't know, just back up my point and say, I agree.
I agree.
There
you know, careening is so important here for the fires against the longboats.
I think it's safe to say, though, on both sides, it was probably clear from our cast, there's a lot of figuring out that needs to be done.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Right, because
I mean, it's still a relatively new mechanic, and
Yeah.
I mean, we've been playing the same game for 20 years, so it's like we're basically fossils. It takes a lot of adjustments.
Speak for yourself. I'm a fossil? Am I like a cool fossil, like a velociraptor or something? What fossil would I be, Dave?
You'd be like a shell.
I'm a shell of a man after you said that. That's what I am. Heartt staring at his civilizations there, thinking through. Usually the players are going to understand what they're going to play, but there might be a lot of guessing games now on Yo's side, because Yo's draft is very unique. Persians, Ethiopians, Mapuche is a big one, and Wu.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Mapuche. We don't even know if they're going to be played, but why are they picked on the draft here?
I think there's a lot of potential. I've heard a couple players talking about it. The fact that they get access to the champion, and then they get the discounts as well, or the plus bonus on the berries coming in, I believe.
Yeah,
and
they
then
do.
They can also produce skirmishers and spearmen from the settlement.
From their settlements.
Yeah.
So you would have your barracks, which you start with, but then 3 settlements, and you can produce spearmen and skirmishers right away.
One bonus that I always forget with them is that you can see where opponents' castles are.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Which is very, very clever.
Honestly, I have not covered enough games where that has become relevant. I'd love for
Maybe
that to
you
be
just
the case
don't
here.
notice it, right?
Yeah, true. That's because I already know.
Because your
everything.
scouting is so great.
My scouting's
yeah.
so good. It's not even helpful for me, honestly.
I think when I asked about the new civs, though, most players said Mapuche would probably be the best out of the 3.
Yeah.
Huisca probably the worst.
I think 2P are insane for fast castle play with the Blackwood Archers.
But we're playing
But
on
Empire Wars is different.
Yeah.
Empire Wars is different. So the expectation here is Heartt's probably going to go for one of his home maps.
Which one?
We don't know which one yet.
I mean,
but
he
maybe we'll
has-
find out. Oh, here's the
Map
reveal.
reveal. Here we go. Unfold the scroll of destiny. It will reveal what map
Why-
we will be on next. It's gonna.
Why
be
are we
Blue
on
Wells.
camera for this?
I don't know.
I feel like we're making it so much less epic right now. Yeah, blue whales, not blue whales. Blue whales.
The finger is like super deliberate.
How much?
You, only you,
How much?
can harvest the gold from this whale.
That was good. I like that.
Yeah.
That's an epic. We're really not doing it.
There we
justice.
go.
It's an epic video.
All right.
Thank you very much. And this is the map where we will have Mapuche. So again, to dive right into it, you can produce spearmen and skirmishers from your eco buildings with this civilization. Only, hold up. Do they start with lumber camps in Empire Wars, and not settlements?
Yeah, let's see what the setup is rather.
Oh,
We've got a
interesting.
lumber camp
Okay.
back there, and that's a lumber camp you don't often see, but they've
Interesting.
still designed
Yeah.
for these civs. And then the settlement, of course, on the berries. We have Heartt over here with the archer range now defensively. Each player starts with a dock with a few fishing ships, and One of the reasons I think Saracens is so powerful on this map is that gold comes in at the same rate as deep fish.
Yeah.
So you're going to get all of that gold. If you go for the market, you sell your stone, you can buy the food to go up very easily.
I also think because there's not a lot of food on this map, it is extremely difficult to go for man-at-arms or for scouts. And that's been the theme is that only one player is going to do something other than that, which we already mentioned is MBL. So, yeah, play archers. You have the free golden come in that pond.
Yep.
Try and play reactive. If they eventually dock your pond, that's a big investment for them. Then you can defend from it. And just go Castle Age. That's what Hera and Hearttt did in their series yesterday. That was the closest game that Hearttt got to beating Hera. So that seems to be the game plan so far.
And look at
and
this.
He finds a villager there too.
Yeah, he's going to find a villager coming forward here from Mr.yo. Little out of position, but Mr.yo basically has 2 archer ranges worth of production, right? He can make skirm in the settlement, and then he can make archers from his range that he actually had to build.
It's so difficult though. Like, especially if your settlement's on the back, sending military forward is so awkward. The potential's there, but I just don't know how easy it's going to be to manage as a player. I know I feel really uncomfortable with this.
Yeah. Mr.yo also hasn't found a way to dock the back of the map. Hearttt has, and you can see he's expanding his fishing eco. As he comes in here trying to get damage, there's some skirms in defense for Mr.yo, but he can't hop in the settlement. That's a different Civ. Let's see if Yo saves the villager. One more hit, and she's dead.
Yeah, she's dead. That's 2 villager kills.
He's got an army forward, though. I think he had some archers forward. They're backing away now. He's attacking at the back there with just a spearman. Hearttt not noticing that potentially.
Notice the theme, though, right? Like, game 1, Yo wanted to play different style. Game 2, he makes a boat that the opponent doesn't have access to. This game now, he's playing with a Civ which has completely different types of units. He does not trust his ability to play Hearttt straight up meta here. He's trying to do something different, and that's what you want in a strategy game. But so far, really like how game 3 is open for Hearttt.
Yeah, I mean,
Are those?
that's the sound of, yes, that's a song of nature right there. Tristan, I love how we both pause. Ooh, haunted Red Bull.
I mean, we are in a ship right now, so we're actually able to look off the edge and see those whales. It's a very beautiful sight.
Nice army here for Mr.yo. You can see the production advantage, right? He's got the archer range making the archers. He's got the settlement making the skirms. Resources for Hearttt are fantastic, though. Big part of that is the market. He has the 10 fishing ships as well. Some of those collecting the whales, some of them collecting the fish on the outside. And now he's going for a Hulk because he knows the dock is there from Mr.yo. Can he deny this dock? That Hulk's going to do decent damage against the villager. Yo goes for the palisade wall.
Oh, Bill's super weak.
And he's going to be able to complete the dock.
Okay.
Nice job.
Well, I also want to point out, I think that first villager that Hearttt killed was moving in a direction
obviously,
that was likely to go for
She
that
was going to
dock.
go for the forward dock.
So
nice
as-
gate there from Mr.yo, too, saving the villager.
Yeah, Yo saves the vill. But I think it was good awareness from Hearttt to just wait for this. Having the 2 Hulks there, he should be okay, but obviously he can never lose that. Losing the access to that gold would be brutal. And so far, there's no counter pressure on water from Hearttt, no sneak villagers or anything.
No, nothing on the outside either. We just have 1 archer range still from Hearttt. The whales are still extremely loud, and the skirmishers are coming out from Mr.yo, and he's about to click up to Castle Age. What options do the Mapuche have in Castle Age against an archer range play like this?
Against skirmishers, you can make, maybe we can see the tech tree here, Vodka, because it's a brand new unit. Against skirmishers, you could make your own, like, unique unit, which is...
Yes.
Oh, actually, hold on. I'm confusing the Civ. So you have Bolus Riders, and then you have, is it called the Kona, right? The
Yeah,
Kona, yeah. I thought they also had an infantry unit from their monastery, but I'm confusing
that's
that with
the
the
Muisca.
Yeah,
That's the Muisca.
my bad. So, honestly, they don't have a lot against what Hearttt could tech into right now, but I guess it's nice that like, Hearttt being able to make skirmisher or camels rather with Saracens might not feel as
Look at
natural.
Hearttt going into knights. The Bolus Rider has a bonus against cavalry.
Yeah.
If Yo wants to go into that. I mean, I know he has the skirm already.
I think he's going to try unique unit, Dave. He's on stone super heavily. I don't know how much of this was his initial plan, but the plan seems to be going for a castle.
Oh, wow. Mr.yo mixing things up.
Absolutely.
Like he always does. Like he needs to.
Yeah.
To stay at a top level.
Well, you know, he does need it, but I think it's clear that he lacks confidence against this player, right? Because this is something completely
Nice wall there
wild.
from Mr.yo. House and the wall. He's going to keep the villagers safe. There are knights coming in, though, from Hearttt, and I think Saracen knights aren't something you see very often. They're perfectly fine in the castle age, though, as Yo tries to complete the wall, and he's going to lose the villager. He's going to be under pressure. A lot of pressure coming in. These knights are dangerous against the villagers and the skirmishers, and then the skirms coming from behind. More quick walls needed from Mr. Yo as he tries to get to the castle age. 200 stone away from being able to afford that castle. He's just going to buy it.
I mean, this unit better be good. This unit better be good. Whatever he's about to make better be insane because he's losing vills. The inefficiencies are there. More villagers exposed there. No real easy way to save them. And Heartt's already 12 economy ahead, still ahead in military, and also should know, he saw the vills on stone. He should understand a castle's coming.
Did you forget what their unit is?
I think it's... Yeah, I kind of did. I'm sorry.
You remember that? Remember when we were testing out these civs and we played the 1v1 and I made that really, really bad cavalry unit?
Ah, yes, that one.
The Kona?
The Kona.
Yeah.
What's the Kona? I don't even know what the Kona costs, dude.
It doesn't cost much, but it doesn't feel great. That's for sure. So the castle's up there. The Konas are coming out for Mr. Yo. And we will see the skirmishers just kind of out of position. They can't really fight the knights. Forging is on the way now for Yo.
An aspect of this, which I think is really valuable, is that Yo's castle is actually very close to the middle where the gold is. So if this unit's solid enough to hold on, he can start to push this back. Should be pretty good. Now here's a question for you, Dave. How many times do you think Hearttt has played against this unit in his Age of Empires?
Against the Kona? Probably once. He probably tested it against something. I mean, they do, the one specialty against this unit, if you guys don't know about it, it's fairly weak and they don't get the armor upgrades, which is really brutal.
It's really weird, yeah.
But it does progressively do more damage the weaker that your unit is.
So that guy's going to do crazy damage right now.
No.
Or the
increasing
other
damage the other way around.
Yeah, okay,
the weaker the unit is, they do more damage against it. So it's interesting for sure, but I don't know if it's something that you should typically play into. I don't know if that's the strategy that Yo was initially going for. He's adding in some bolus riders now, though, because he sees the amount of knights and camels.
You know, the longer this event goes, the more people are going to show up from the dev teams, and maybe someone's here who said, yo, we haven't seen enough of our new DLC. Can we just highlight every single unique unit in one of these games? Because he's going for the castle unique unit. Now he's going to switch into the archer range unique unit. And Dave is full-on tech tree mode, looking up the verifying the bonuses.
I'm wondering if there's something that I don't know about because it doesn't seem like a great option. And it's confirmed that I know everything about this unit. It just doesn't seem like a fantastic strategy to play towards for Mr. Yo.
I mean, especially playing in towards any cav unit against the Saracens feels kind of bad because the camels actually feel like they have a little bit more viability. Hearttt is just playing so smooth right now. It doesn't feel like Yo's going to be able to get out of this hole. Still waiting, though. With any unit, you need to commit and get upgrades. Look at the units. He's got, like, soon 3 bolus riders. He's got 4 archers. He's got 6 Konas. He's got 8 skirms, and he's lacking upgrades on most of these.
I mean, he might have gone for the castle just so he could get the unique tech for the pass-through damage.
Oh, that's
like
really
the castle in defense. You go for a few Konas. You keep yourself alive. You still have the fish. Hopefully you take out his fish in the pond or whales or whatever. And then you go into these bolus riders against Saracens, and you have that unique tech that's fairly expensive, but it gives you pass-through damage.
It is so Mr. Yo, though, to like play Britain's game 1 and end up making knights, and now play this Civ, game 3, and he's going for whatever cav is possible.
What is it called? The unique unit.
Bolus rider?
No, the other one.
Kona.
Okay, good. Okay, I just wanted to make sure you remembered.
No,
I felt like you forgot.
I forgot initially. I was thinking Muisca bonuses earlier. So
Hearttt has a very solid eco. We haven't talked about it much because we've been watching him run around and we've been questioning Mr. Yo's strategies here as the knights come in and kill more villagers. That's a great raid for Hearttt, but
I mean, doesn't see it.
Gonna be the 3rd TC going up for Hearttt. And Yo just keeps losing villagers on that side. He's losing that little archer raid over there, and the knights are still killing around the settlement. He only just now noticed.
Yeah, I think the bolus have a bonus as well, where they are like temporarily slow down units after they do some damage.
First attack, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you need so many of them, and Yo just uncertain on what to go for here. He will upgrade his ships as well, so there's still the water aspect to worry about, but I think Hearttt is pretty much already got value on
Yeah,
the water.
and
He's killing everything.
And look at the 20 fishing ships that he has, right? 59 villagers, 20 fishing ships against 7 fishing ships from Yo, 42 villagers overall.
Yep.
And wheelbarrow's already in. Second wood upgrade's already in for Hearttt. He should be in a very comfortable position. And he's got that dock in that critical middle area.
I'd love to see a demo. I know we've kind of judged the demos a little bit, or a couple galleys, just to protect that. And I feel like if he's able to get a castle to secure the middle, game over.
I
He's
guess
already got the
the question I have is if Yo gets this death ball rolling, how dangerous realistically is it? If he gets the upgrade for pass-through damage, we haven't seen it very often. And maybe Hearttt hasn't either. Maybe he doesn't know. Maybe he's thinking this could be good.
I mean, Heartt's been like 6 different areas, and he's gained some reward from that. But there's a time and a place you need to just fight straight through the middle.
And look at this from mr.yo. He's got the Bolus Riders. He's got the Konas in front. He's going forward with the castle. We do have Knights at the back. He continues to lose more and more villagers and units at the back here as mr.yo tries to defend. Heartt's still doing damage, but the castle's still going up on the front side.
And that castle's not going to be stopped either. That will mean 2 castles to produce the Konas, and then also a castle very close to the middle gold, a castle that will range Heartt's town center. Heartt's been ahead most of this game, but again, I guarantee you that he does not have a lot of experience, and we don't have a lot of experience with how these units interact.
I mean, that should be clear.
Yeah.
By this point, that should be clear. They are just not really the unit that people have been focused on with Mapuche. For a long time, it was Champy.
Yep.
And this was kind of a day one thing where people were testing it out and they figured out that Champy was better. And now that Champy has been a little bit nerfed recently, maybe the focus goes back over here as the Kona try and come in. The Knights still causing problems at the back. The Bolus Riders matching up against the Camels. They do have bonus against Cavalry. I don't know if it's enough to stand the ground against the Camels, though. He's going to have to run away.
I'm curious, because you can't build a stable to get Husbandry, right?
Yeah.
So I'm curious on the movement speed compared to the Camels once the Camels have Husbandry. But I haven't been able to track if Husbandry's in or not. That's a lot of Camels, and these are Saracen Camels, so they have the HP. They should be able to tank most of the damage here. Heartt's going to try and get in front of him. He deletes the lumber camp.
Yo sensed it.
Yeah.
Yo sensed it. He left. He's going to get the Konas in here. He's going to try and get the Bolus Riders attacking those Camels, but the Konas can't get out, and they're extremely weak. So those are going to go down to the Camels. The castle now helping out. If you were wondering about that unique tech, it's 300 food, 350 gold. So you're still a very long way away from that.
And again, you want to go pass-through damage, but you need a lot of units. The food eco has fallen off. The eco's just not been there for mr.yo. And Heartt's got enough stone, almost enough stone, excuse me, to build a castle. The timing was a little bit off. I think if he takes that fight and then drops the castle at the same time, it goes up.
I mean,
but he is spending a lot of res, which delays his Imperial Age. So this could still get kind of awkward. If you compare the Bolus Rider to just a Cav Archer, in these messy games, sometimes going for a wood gold unit that's mobile is much better than
and just massing up, right? The Camels don't feel great when you're up against 20, 30 Cav Archers or Bolus or anything like that where you can squeeze them into a little choke point and take out the units one by one. Ballistic's now on the way for Hearttt. So those skirms are going to get better. If he wants to make some more skirms against these Bolus, he's going back up to the stone. He still has the Saracen market with the 20 fishing ships, and the whale's still available. So
it's a really tough map to expand your farming eco. If you look at these wood lines, they're scattered all around, so it's super awkward to find spacing for that, which makes Imperial Age in this type of game very difficult for Hearttt when he's spending this much food. I like the counter raid. The castle in the town centers is keeping him defended for now, but Yo could still find some opportunities back there. He's looking for them.
Yo's food eco has just been kind of in the dumps, right? He lost those fishing ships on the outside. He never really got the farms. Like you said, it's difficult to farm on this map. And a counterpoint to that, Hearttt has had the fish on the outside, and he's had that market every time that he needs food, with plenty of gold available.
The weird thing about the gold is, like, most of the gold is still in the middle, and neither player feels comfortable to actually take the gold there.
Well, he's still got plenty of whales, I think, in his one pond.
Yeah.
And he's disrupting the pond from Yo on the left side, too. I believe he's got a dock over there, so he's been killing the fishing ships as they come out.
And Yo's not doing any damage to his eco at the moment. Yo's army is kind of chasing or standing there on the front. I'm still seeing some pretty obvious signs that Hearttt is
He doesn't know.
Yeah, he's struggling. Like, he's like, I think he's probably checking the score bottom right a bunch. But I don't know, man. Like, he
Yo
still
is coming
hasn't
forward
bought this army off.
with another castle. Oh, put it right there. Look, Vodka's on the same page.
Vodka's like right there.
Like right there, man.
Right on the snow. Right on the snow. Ballistics is in for the bolus. You need house walls for your villagers.
Counter castle here from Hearttt. Can the Bolus come in and maybe snipe some of these villagers? And can this castle go up first for Hearttt?
I mean, this castle's everything, obviously, right? I think if Yo's castle goes up and somehow denies Heartt's, it's his way back into the game. But there's enough camels coming from Hearttt. He can delay the castle.
Yo has to
He'll
abandon.
deny the castle when Yo abandons.
Abandon ship. Even
That's
delete
huge.
that foundation. I don't think it's going up at any point.
But where can you go, though? If you can't castle there now, you can't go the other way because Hearttt has the other castle. You want your castles to do damage to the opponent's economy. That's just so difficult to think about right now.
Some Hulks on the outside. Hearttt just locking down that outer area, and he's still making more fishing chips.
Yeah.
So he's taking advantage of the fish on the outside, the whales on the inside, the oysters now in that center area, and he's got the castle to back it up. Heartt's eco, I mean, all you have to do is look at the res collected. More than 10,000 more res collected for Hearttt.
It's sad to me that Yo has tried to build 2 castles, or 3 castles. And he's going mainly bolus riders, right? Like, I feel like this unit's actually looking pretty strong right now. It's actually half decent considering we're up against Saracen Camels, but he didn't trust in it. He wasn't sure. This wasn't part of his game plan. He's still maybe thinking about another castle here. He knows he's on the clock here because his eco is not looking good. Hearttt, though, is just going to wait it out for the Imperial Age. And I think with the market, he'll be on his way here shortly.
Yeah, I mean, Hearttt can basically choose when he wants to go up, and he's chosen that he wants to go up. And it's been that way for a while, to be honest. He did have to invest to stop that castle for Mr.yo to avoid the game getting messy. But Imperial Age is on the way, and I think Yo has never really had more than, like, maxed out at like 15 on food.
Yeah, he's never had the eco.
Oh, yeah.
He's never had the eco, and he can't pressure the eco there. The bolus riders get taken down by the castle, and the camels are there as well. And again, Yo just unable to get the damage. Dave, I want to take a moment as we show the camel raid. That's huge. We have the camels chasing here as well. Even if we don't see it on screen, guys, the docks from Hearttt, that's just 1 or 2 villagers redocking this whole game.
Yes.
So he never has to fish trap or anything, and it's right next to the fish.
He's almost fished out half of the map.
Half the map. Half the map. Like, that is insane. And we never look at it. It's not like, I don't know, sexy Age of Empires. But that is why he's been able to have such a big lead. And to be able to do that, add the villagers, lose his Mamelukes, but also get the counter raids earlier, very impressive.
Sexy Age of Empires sounds like an excellent caster calendar idea. If we ever need money for a tournament, dude.
Did you say a caster calendar?
Yeah, people want those.
I mean, I don't know what the market's like. I don't know if that's going to be highly sought after, but we'll see. 150 population there for Hearttt, 106 for Yo. Yo's not on the way to Imp, and this has just been an excellent game from Hearttt to rebound. He worked with what was within his control. I'm sure there was some confusion, but he just dominated him in feudal and early castle age here, and then spun the rest into perfect map
I'll be
control.
very interested to hear both players' thoughts on this, because like I think Hearttt will say something like, "Man, those units are so strong against camels," and then we ask Yo, and he's like, "Man, these things suck."
No, absolutely though, absolutely. And there's a lot of units like that feel incredibly weak or incredibly strong, and I think, oh my God.
Sexy Age of Empires.
You can take us off camera.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
That was uncomfortable.
Yes, seriously.
For everybody involved.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to be on camera at all. But Hearttt is he's played it perfect here. Treb should be on the way here shortly from those castles. Final armor on the Cav. He's just mixing in light Cav now, which is much cheaper. And again, now we've got the unique tech. There we go. We're going to have some pass-through damage. But pass-through damage with no military remaining is kind of sad.
That's about 20 military too late.
Yeah.
There's 14 of them on the field for Yo. But apparently Yo just believes that this mass destroys.
No, Yo's not warmed up yet. Yo's not warmed up yet. He's not calling this. Are you kidding me?
I mean, the pass-through damage is really good. If he gets on the right side of this, the pass-through damage is actually sick. He's on the wrong side of this, but still.
Well, technically, they're passing through the villagers.
Yeah, true.
Anyways, in a normal way. And Castle's denied. I'm seeing some signs that Heartt's a little shaky here. And I think Yo playing on and making him work for this builds up some confidence for the next game.
Look at Heartt's eco. There's absolutely no way he should lose this game. Even if Yo gets the ultimate mass, unless these things are as good as Yo seems to believe they are. Yo continues to play on. The Light Cav raid's coming in. The Ram's coming out. He's still in the castle age. He's got 23 of them. But Heartt continues to kill villagers.
Yeah, Heartt's got trebs as well. And that's the one thing that Yo can't really deal with. Those trebs will start to push back the castles. And he does have some Rams. He does see the villagers in the middle there. He might raid the villagers. There's a lot of vills on gold. Now he can see pass-through.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Look at the Eco KD. Like, Yo has been getting damaged this entire game. He's been getting damage with these. He has more villagers than Heartt.
Yep.
He just only has 1 fishing ship in comparison to 28. So
and he's about that 1 castle compared to 3. It could be 1 compared to 5.
He already got the unique tech. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
That's what the castle was for. He already got the unique tech. He just wants more bolus riders. As long as he has enough houses to replace the population space, I guess he'll be fine as the bolus come back here to deal with the light cav. And it just seems to me like Heartt, there's a line on the map that Heartt can't cross.
Yeah.
For a very, very long time. And the bolus are being built. Is there a chance? Tristan? Is there like some weird chance here as the villagers come forward from Heartt, but there's a settlement there. The bolus are chasing those away.
I'd love for there to be some hope here for Yo.
Watch this fight. This should be a good fight for Yo.
Yeah, let's see.
Be a very good fight
Choke
for
point
Yo.
should be
Even
good.
With the final armor upgrade for Heartt. There's another fight over here. The bolus do have bonus, but final armor upgrade actually ends up mattering.
Yeah.
On the right side.
Still 50 on food for Heartt. He'll push this back. He's trebs down the castle. He can just continue to produce army forever. The only thing he doesn't have forever is that gold because he hasn't taken down the dock yet. But I think that Heartt just takes this fight because he knows his economy is so much better. There's the castle on the right side. That castle will go up. GG. And GG called. Heartt responds. He's up 2-1.
That was one of the most confusing games I've cast in a very long time. I don't think I'm alone there.
No,
the initial strategy going in, then the follow-up opening Kona there against Saracens is very strange, right? And then we have the continuation of the game when it feels like Heartt is just absolutely dominating. And then Heartt's inability to finish him off earlier as well. It was very confusing.
It was confusing.
I think both players were in an uncomfortable position and just trying to figure out what they could do.
Yeah, I think that was the most uncomfortable game of the tournament so far for the casters, for the viewers, because of the sexy comments.
Yes.
And then also for the players with the civs. But here's the thing, Dave. It's like to have that question mark game, just one in a best of 5, can decide tournaments, right? And so obviously we'd be sitting here and I'd be applauding mr.yo and being like, what a genius to go in for this new civ. I don't think he knew what he wanted to do. He went to stone for the castle. He made a couple of those units. It didn't work out. Then he switched to the bullets, which actually looks good. You just can't have those games is what I'm driving at.
And you can't have things like this where you're losing 7 or 8 villagers over on that side. As we see the Konas come in, they get a big clear up. The bolus actually made, I think if we were to ask Heartt, they made him a little bit nervous, like we said multiple times, just because of how effective they were against the camels and mass. But at the end of the day, Saracens is one of the top civs on this map for a reason. You get that gold income from the whales coming in so quick, and you can just balance everything. He bought 400 stone there, 500 stone to build that counter castle.
This game turned into a stage where Heartt can sometimes struggle. You have off-meta units and weird maps that haven't been seen a lot in other tournaments. So I think Heartt was able to it looked like he maybe should have won the game earlier. Doesn't matter. Things got awkward there for him. He was able to stay the course. And yeah, he's up 2-1 right now. And let's not forget, he lost yesterday. So he is the player who is the most desperate to get a set win.
Yeah.
So one more win and he'll get that here. And he's still got a home map remaining. But mr.yo's got a home map remaining. And I would guess that's where we're going next.
Yeah, mr.yo still has glasses remaining. Romans, though, for Hearttt.
I think we saw a lot of Romans there. I think Tatars and Wei would make a lot of sense for Quarry for Hearttt, so I think Romans is a good guess.
Yeah, Romans is getting picked.
Yeah.
On glasses. It's just, what do you do to counter it? Are you going Wu? If you're Mr. Yo, Persians are good on almost every single map. Ethiopians?
If I had to guess, I would say Ethiopian. It was either Ethiopians or Mapuche for the previous map, in Yo's mind. He will go Persians. Okay, I'm wrong. Persians for the next map. And Mr. Yo.
If I had to guess, I would be wrong.
I just don't try and guess
Don't
Mr.
make
Yo
me
Sivs. Don't try and guess Mr. Yo Sivs. He's just so unorthodox. And here we are, game 4. Again, Yo won his first series, but he needs to continue to get the wins here. I would love to move to guarantee moving into the playoffs. That is not a guarantee at the moment.
Militia to open up for Hearttt. And we have insane food economy here for Hearttt as Romans. And that can really, really provide that eco that you need for men-at-arms, or maybe that extra infantry armor, maybe continued men-at-arms support. Apparently on the ladder, this was Mr. Yo's least won map or worst win rate.
Yeah. It was his lowest win rate.
Yeah.
Maybe he ended up banning it after a period of time. I do not remember Yo playing this map that frequently.
No.
I remember Hearttt playing it a bunch. I remember seeing Romans a bunch. So I think at the moment it's just, I'm wondering what is Yo going to do to shake it up? He's got another situation where he has an archer civ. Will he be able to find the timing with the archers, and will he expect the man-at-arms where they're going as well? He clearly was waiting near the fish there in the dock, but the man-at-arms are going to run through.
Yeah, the men-at-arms are going to run through, and I think players have realized this, right? Like, on the ladder, a lot of players would be attacking the fish, but with the docks the way they are now, and players going for towers there in defense, there's not a lot to hit. So far in this tournament, we've seen people just run in the sides. They go to the wood lines, and with that extra armor from Hearttt, these men-at-arms are going to be very difficult to deal with. And even better, they force the archers back. So the archers aren't in the center. Your range units can come forward and try and find value.
And Mr. Yo, he does this so frequently. He just wants Castle Age. He wants Castle Age as quickly as possible, so he's saving his resources for that. So far, really good micro.
Yeah, really good defense.
But we have to focus as well on that front area where he doesn't have a tower. Many players will tower there.
There's a Hulk as well. I don't like the Hulk. I think I like Fires better in defense here, just because it has such low Pierce armor. Even the Skirmishers can do decent damage against it. Men-at-Arms is over there. The villagers are like pushing the Hulk away, so it can't come back in defense. And now the Hulk is going to try and deal with the Men-at-Arms on that side. But
honestly, very well played so far from Yo. I'm still wondering, is it likely that he needs to drop a tower? So far, he feels pretty comfortable. Probably could use a market to balance out his resources, but as I say, he drops that. If he can get Castle Age and meet the infantry opening is a big investment. It hasn't done a lot here. He invested into the Man-at-Arms, the Man-at-Arm upgrade, and also the armor upgrade, which is 100 food. So,
but the resource is still looking good for Hearttt.
Yeah.
And a big part of that is just you have Romans on fish.
Yeah.
You have Romans on fish. He didn't even invest into fletching.
I also wonder if he is going to build a second dock at home, if he builds mills at home. There's things we're not seeing from Hearttt setup. Yeah, so that just adds to the overall efficiency there.
Yeah.
That's a lot more efficient than when Yo was working with at the moment. So
yeah, Yo is up to Castle Age, but Heartt's going to be up.
Bro, how are they not tripping themselves in there? Like on the fish. Like snagging someone's shoelace or something. Looks like a nightmare.
Experts.
Oh, true.
They're fishermen and fisherwomen.
Okay.
And they know their job, and they're taking all of the fish here. Yo's going to have to expand outwards at some point for fish, because he's going to get rid of these really, really quickly. But he's on the way to Castle Age, and that was one of the keys to the series for Mr. Yo. We mentioned it multiple times, too many times almost.
Yeah.
But he wants to be in Castle Age. He wants to mix things up. He wants to get that weird siege push going from the side. And he's actually going for a stable with Ethiopians.
And earlier in the series, I was critical. I was like, you're an archer, Civ. Why are you going knights? But it was because he lost all of his archers, right? That combination is actually really good here. He's got 9 archers with the fastest firing archers in the game. And with 1 or 2 knights in front, suddenly Hearttt just can't play skirms. So I really like Yo's position right now. I don't know if he's got a lead per se, but considering he needs to win this to stay alive in the series, very good position.
Yeah, you almost want to open cavalry, force Hearttt into some infantry to counter it, and then you make that switch maybe into the crossbows. Once you have the knights doing damage, nice little repairs there on the fishing ship.
Little like cheeky
as the
attack
scout
on the
comes
fishing
through.
ship as well.
Yeah.
Like, that's funny. That spear actually gets some really good intel, though. We'll see these skirmishers. Also probably notice the additional archery range.
Very peaceful Glacis game here. Like, very, very peaceful.
Well,
all things
when it gets crazy, players want to secure the middle, and I would love to see outposts from the Ethiopians here. You get your outposts don't cost stone, which is a big reason why people don't do it. And you get extended vision. With Town Watch as well, you're going to have ridiculous vision. And what a spot there for mr.yo at the Siege Workshop.
Yeah, Siege Workshop right behind that wood line. It kind of prevents Hearttt from pushing out on either side of that wood line. It's a fantastic control of this middle area. Longsword, though, on the way for Hearttt immediately with that second armor upgrade, which counts twice, so it's going to be +4 armor for these Roman longswords.
And where are they? Because I don't think they're here.
They're the red
I
dot
think they're going forward.
We've got one Hulk here. I don't know if that's enough for mr.yo. He's going to have to see this pretty quickly, and those longswords are going to rip right through that Hulk. The fire is coming in. Still doesn't notice this maybe. Okay, he does now, and he's sending the knight over.
Obviously, the crossbows as well in the front for Yo have to stay alive. Skirm upgrade's about to come in, and Yo will be adding the siege. So a lot of multitasking. This is where I would typically prefer Hearttt because he's one of the fastest players we have. But let's see, because Hearttt didn't know about the Siege Workshop until right there, and you could see he clicked away.
Yeah, he sees that, and he just backs away instantly. But now
he's coming in,
and there's a mangonel coming out. He'll see that mangonel. Pretty confident if he's in an open field microing against that, but with all these choke points, it gets a little more difficult. He'll just send the longswords in there. Good quick walls from mr.yo, but yeah, you got to make sure that you're constantly building. Those longswords are doing a ton of damage. He kills 2 villagers, and he's still in the back as the crossbows come back here. Great control from Hearttt.
Yeah, it is. And the crossbows are not where Yo is going to want them whatsoever. Hearttt will know that. Hearttt will see this. This is exactly the situation that Hearttt would have wanted. The siege can't actually do anything now. Yeah. You can't push with the siege because you don't have your army together, and now Hearttt can move forward with longswords near the siege workshop.
mr.yo is still alive. He's only lost 3 villagers. Look at the amount of food in the bank. He's dropping a TC, I think, because he's floating so much food, and he wants to be able to use it somewhere. As Hearttt pushes forward, he'll take out that siege workshop right away.
I think I'd like to see Yo do a better job at spending his resources here. I think with that much food, you could have more knights. You could have knights, you could have forging, you could have just that little bit more to engage against those skirmishers here, because siege is no longer an option. I'm pretty sure the siege workshop is going down. So yeah, siege workshop will just get taken down. You're going to need knights here, I think.
Does Yo have a market? Did
he does.
Before? Okay.
He did. Yeah, he has a market. But this is the thing with Hearttt, man. It's just he's so quick, and he loves to control the game like this. Like, these longswords open up the rest of the opportunities. Oh, God. Bear goes in there and gets a little hungry. Hearttt delayed the town centers. Bear
Please don't tell me that longsword actually wins this fight with the help of the bear.
Oh!
No! He barely won that.
Big shots there with the demo and the fires. Mangonel is still back there. Conversion happens for Hearttt, though. Oh, that's brutal. Mangonel needs to survive.
See if the villagers can repair. Nice job from Yo, saving that.
Yeah.
But the longswords keep getting picks. Another villager going down there, and Hearttt is controlling the middle of the map. And we mentioned this before, but like, you look at the food that Hearttt constantly has in the bank. It's like 30, 40,
he spent his res
less
so
than
fast.
100.
He never floats res.
I guarantee you, he has collected more food from that fish than Yo has with the
Oh, yeah. Because we've never looked at the bills.
Exactly.
We've never looked there. Exactly. It's been so smooth.
Yo has 600 food in the bank right now.
Yeah, we actually did look there, and then I think we saw Mangonel hits Mangonel hit skirmishers.
A ton of food coming in for Hearttt, but he's spending it as fast as it comes in. Fantastic production from him. Good transitions from Hearttt. mr.yo thinking about another siege workshop to replace the one he lost. Resources looking decent. Is there any advantage he gets from maybe clicking up to Imperial Age soon? Because it feels...
I can't tell, because of that other game and because of how much pressure he's been under, I can't tell if it's intentional or if he just can't
it might not be.
res.
He's getting ballistics now, like it might not be.
Like, he might not be able to spend his resources, and that's the result.
If this does go late game, though, I think Ethiopians feel fairly decent.
Especially on a closed map. If you play Bombard Cannon Arbalest, Romans completely die.
Yeah.
I'm actually a little surprised. Obviously, Romans have the infantry bonuses. I think there's an argument for Hearttt to switch into Knights at some point and play full Castle Age. The longswords and the skirms are going to move across the river here.
Got to move your Vills, Yo. Got to get him out of there. Got to move your Mangonel. It gets sniped. The crossbows have to come back. He's busy dealing with another army at the back, and that +4 armor on full display as these longswords just run under the TCs, and they have enough time to kill a couple more villagers. 10-0 on the Eco KD, and Hearttt is above 1,000 resources collected.
And that's just gonna skyrocket here, Dave. The idle time for Yo is insane. There's actually 0 armor upgrades for the skirmishers right now, so Yo could be a bit more confident against
the
units, but he might not notice, yeah.
It's not something you would really check at this point. You just assume that he has the +1. You might check now that you're seeing the damage.
Yeah.
As the knight comes in as well, and
Isn't
he's going to push this army away.
Isn't it crazy, though, how quickly resources can disappear in this game?
Yeah, 48 food now.
Because now he's got nothing.
Because he has nothing on fish.
Yeah.
So he uses it to queue up some villagers and then maybe get some upgrades, but now he's got 8 food in the bank.
That's such good micro there from Hearttt as well. I loved how he sniped the knight. Again, he'll happily take some fights in the back of his opponent's base. Yo just can't keep up with him there. There's crossbow production in the middle of the map, and mr.yo, he needs some big moment here, and I just don't know where he's going to find it.
Usually that moment for Yo is like some cheeky little night raid through the side or
Yep.
some siege workshop placement, but if he can't even get through the little gap in the front of his base,
It's his own base, exactly.
like he's gonna have to delete one of these walls on the side to sneak a villager out if he wants to.
I can't remember the last time Yo was actually at Heartt's base. There's a big shot.
The spearman.
Yeah, the spearman that was there was pretty much the last time. And a lot of that goes back to the longsword raid from Hearttt, and Yo having to react to that. Forward dock there from Hearttt. Still only a 2-villager lead. KD still looking pretty good for Yo, because Yo will clear this up. But look at the confidence from Hearttt, dude. He's like, I know how good I am here. Let's go.
Handcart on the way for Hearttt as well. 75 villagers. Oh, he cancels it, goes ballistics instead. He's just going to keep making skirms. He's going to keep taking that fish on the outside. Over 2K res collected ahead now. And he has the dock in Yo's river.
Yeah, and Yo doesn't have any docks. Actually, he might have one further down, yeah. But this is just smothering pressure here.
Great unit control from Hearttt, always. Every time he sees a knight, targeted with a conversion. Every time he sees the crossbows, microing with the skirms. Dodging the mangonel shots as well.
But he can... all we're looking at is that, and his eco behind it's incredible,
Fantastic.
Dave. It's incredible. It's so
He's
good.
going for a demo from the forward dock as well. He's going for a demo,
Oh, God.
folks.
Demo should hop out.
Revenge of the
should hop
demo.
out.
Revenge
should
of
hop
the
out.
demo.
Where's the demo, Hearttt?
Where is it?
He's saving it. He wants to be efficient. There he goes. Oh, my God.
Did he delete that, or did that get killed by the... Because if he deleted that, that's the saddest delete I've ever seen.
Well, there's your demo, folks. We saw a demo kill at Skirmisher.
Huge.
I think Hearttt could have moved out a little faster with the demo, but again, he's got a million other things to focus on. Can Yo push out of his own base, Dave? Can he ever do it is the question. He's building an extremely defensive castle right now.
One thing I've never seen any player do on this map is delete a segment of the wall further down and sneak out. They all feel the need to go through the center.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Well, no one wants it. You don't want to delete your own walls, bro. They're free.
No, I know that.
I mean,
4 villagers dead.
This has now reached a point where sneaking out doesn't change
I mean,
much.
Yo
You need to face the music at a certain
snuck
point.
3 villagers to the south there. I don't think Hearttt saw that from the dock.
I mean, if he can find a way to protect his economy at home, I'm really happy with that sneak. Micro from Hearttt up the hill against the Mangonel. He just doesn't seem to care because his unit control is that good.
Beautiful, brave, bold from Hearttt.
And mr.yo
He finds the castle and he backs away.
Yeah, there's 3 villagers just running away with intention, or was that them trying to save their own life
he was trying to save them.
Yeah.
He was trying to save them for sure.
I'd like to see Hearttt calm down with the unit production now. I think he's had a lot of time to balance out his eco. He's adding farms and transitioning away from the fish. Now it's time to think about the Imperial Age and also the map control through the middle. That's where most of the wood is, most of the stone, and most of the gold. And so that castle from Heartt's kind of with intention to hold that area. And I'd love to see the Fog of War for Hearttt, because you can kind of show it for the fans at home, just what the vision looks like. I think this is a moment, because he's playing so well, we'll start to see outposts everywhere in the north and the south.
Yeah, potentially. Let's see if Yo can find a way back. He's so good at that usually. He must know that in the late game, Ethiopians feel really solid.
Then I would
if he ever gets there.
I'd like to see him buy food, sell wood, and stall villager production, and just click up. Because right now, continuing to produce vills just worsens the situation as another demo misses. Just go up to Imp. Looks like he's stalling out. He's going to do that, Dave. Romans do not get Bracer, so their skirms kind of struggle there. They do not get bombard cannons, so their siege is a weakness. It's actually a really awkward civ, especially for Hearttt. Hearttt loves ranged units. Hearttt loves bombard cannons.
Yeah, I wonder what the solution is. Maybe it's into that cavalry to open up, like you said. That sneaky TC is going up in the south, and if anyone knows Mr. Yo, you know that that TC later on might actually matter if he manages
100%.
to hold on here.
Well, what he needs is he needs some type of side raid to distract Hearttt so Hearttt can't focus all of his attention on his micro. So even if it's just 1 or 2 units, Heartt's going to have to react to it. So that extra town center gives him that chance. Yeah, this fight will get better in the Imperial Age, but there's going to be a whole lot more of that.
I think Heartt's making the switch into cavalry now.
Yeah.
So whether that's light cav or cavalier, I mean, Roman cavalier aren't the worst.
They're very good.
The unique tech.
Very good. Yeah, and also if you're going to switch, you might as well get some value from this army now. Mr. Yo's castle doesn't defend everything back here. He goes for more panic walls. More villagers will die. Villager 16 goes
he
down
wanted
now.
his dude. He wanted his cake and he wanted to eat it too. Like he wanted to save the villagers and wall up. You just had to sacrifice those villagers.
It's just been that type of game, I guess, right? You have to take the risk to try and go for the big plays. There might be a big shot here. That's a rough choke point for the skirms. Heartt's going to just run after it again. And Yo, oh, no attack round from Yo. The Hearttt seems to feel so confident here. Does take a big shot. But again, fights inside of Yo's base at all times.
Similar imp timings, though. Yo is about 40 seconds behind the imp. Villager count is still solid somehow. And the eco is very consistent for Yo because he's not on the fish. So there's not going to be any wild swings when he's kicked off a resource, right? He's got farming eco behind that. So it's actually feeling okay for him. And this might develop into a game where it becomes kind of worrisome for Hearttt with the late game tech tree. Nice shot there for the Mangonel. The crossbows are clearing up as well. Another nice shot from Mr. Yo.
I mean,
is he pulling himself back into this game?
I mean, Hearttt went a little too far there, maybe. I think the skirms at least would have had some really nice value in the long run.
Population is even.
Yeah, population's even. We do have relics for Hearttt. We do have castles for Hearttt across the middle of the map. He's going to have 3 soon.
Where are these vills going? Nobody knows.
We also have a massive misclick from Hearttt. And usually that's a TC rally point, so there might be more villagers walking across the map as well. But
I think things just got a lot more comfortable for Mr. Yo. It's still not a game that's in your favor significantly, but there is a window.
Because
can he climb through it?
Look at Mr. Yo's vision in the south. He sees all that crap, dude. He's like he has so much fog of war. I actually want to see the fog of war with the Ethiopian outposts here. He could see the castle, I'm sure. Yeah, that's crazy vision. He could see the castle that's being built as well. Meanwhile, Hearttt doesn't see any of that. Yeah. So, yeah, I think if Yo kind of front lines with the ARBs and camps the hill, which can be very strong.
And look at the text coming in from Yo.
Yeah.
He had plenty of resources. 47. He almost attacked around his own units. He had 47 on food here for Mr. Yo.
I don't know. Surely he's going to be running out of gold and stone at some point because he's been working off of.
But he's got gold in the south with that
true.
TC. And there's a castle in the center for Yo. And like we've been saying, the tech tree for Ethiopians just feels a little bit better than Romans. There's the unique tech for the Romans to get that extra charge damage on the Cavalier.
And castle spotted. Castle spotted. Full armor's in for the Cav. Unique tech coming in 4 seconds.
But it's Arbalest. It's Ethiopian Arbalest. Is it enough? They are firing on full speed here, Tristan. The Cavalier with the charge attack are in. They're taking out some Arbalists. Yo needs to back away from that castle. He's not losing all of the villagers, though, and a lot of Cavalier are going down. Yeah,
Hearttt just hit the timing there. He knew eventually he's going to have to come to the middle. I could just be patient and I could wait. Still doesn't know about the sneak in the south, but tonight that castle was massive.
I mean, this Arbalest mass is still there, though, for Yo. It's still there. Here's the bombard cannons. He can send more villagers for that castle if he needs to.
Dave, again, the resources right now. Can Yo spend that? Can he drop barracks? Can he go help? Can he get resources?
How greedy does he want to be?
Yeah, true. Like, what does he spend that on? Whereas Hearttt, we're seeing more consistent spend of his res. He's going for 2 different types of armies. It's all very expensive, but he is spending it. He's getting a little wasteful here, Hearttt. Cavalier aren't the cheapest unit in the world, but I still think in Heartt's mind, he's thinking, I have the relics. I have the map control, but
Yeah.
he doesn't know about the south. I'm so shocked that Hearttt doesn't have outposts.
Well, I mean, from his perspective, he had vision on that entire river for a very long time, right? And he killed the villagers that were accompanying those 3 that escaped.
Yeah.
But mr.yo just managed to sneak out there. Hearttt is now going for some conversions against the Arbalest. Ethiopian crossbows are a beautiful thing to watch. The reset time on
It's
their
insane.
shots are crazy, and Yo is using it to full effect. The bombard cannon now working well on the skirms. Every single army that Hearttt sends in here is getting absolutely fried, and Yo will actually end up deleting that castle, and he's just going to place it somewhere else. Maybe he's going in the south. I see some villager movement in the south. Maybe he's going for a castle over there. No, he's going to stone.
Is Yo gonna win this freaking game?
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I've been saying.
Is Yo gonna win this freaking game? Like, what? This would be crazy. I mean, score just flipped. He hasn't been losing any eco for a while. He's getting Torsen engines, which is like 2,000 resources. And once that completes, the bombard cannons can flatten
and
those
lucky
skirms.
shots from Hearttt on the bombard cannon. Oh, that was close.
No.
One of the most tilting things as a player is when you get your moving bombard cannons sniped by a trebuchet, especially against a civ that doesn't have bombard cannons themselves.
Speaking of tilting, nothing is more tilting than being ahead the entire game, having control the entire game, having the map control, and then losing the game because you got like outplayed or outmaneuvered or outsived or outsneaked or snuck or
you got
snooped or whatever. I don't know.
You got yo'd.
Yeah, you got yo. That's exactly what this would be. And then you go into a game 5. Remember, Hearttt lost yesterday. Yo won.
Yeah.
So Hearttt needs this victory, this series victory, way
And
more.
I think it's very fair to say that Hearttt has looked like the much better player.
Yeah.
In the set.
Yeah,
like much
he
better
has.
player. You think about the one game that Yo won, it was because he drafted Vikings, essentially. From my point of view, anyway. Going into that.
And maybe it's going to be a similar conversation with Ethiopians because the bombard cannons are
everything.
hitting. This is insane. He was so far behind. I thought Yo was going to maybe tap out.
Population lead is Mr.yo's.
What?
He
and now
is
there's a castle.
destroying everything.
Look at
the castle's
too.
going up.
It's the sneak bills, dude. It's the sneak bills.
The comeback is happening for mr.yo. Demoralizing for Hearttt. He was controlling the game the entire time. We didn't know what to say.
Seriously, I ran out of all ideas. I thought that Hearttt would always win this game, but look where he's expanding with his eco as he runs away from the castle. He builds lumber camps. He'll find there's eco there. Dude, there's just Arbalest everywhere from Yo.
It's an absolute machine gun army here for mr.yo. They're firing so fast, and nothing that Hearttt can do so far has any chance against it. He can't go Scorpions with Romans because Torsion Engines, bombard cannons will absolutely destroy them. He can't have his Trebs forward because the bombard cannons will snipe them. The Cavalier can't make it through the hail of arrows from the Ethiopian Arbalest, and the Skirms apparently just don't stand a chance without Bracer. There's nothing that Hearttt can do.
That's just unbelievable. I mean, mr.yo drafts towards late game, right? He typically drafts towards late game.
From Hearttt, though. Good
Yes.
snipe on the bombard cannons. Maybe he can just out-eco him and outmaneuver him.
I'd still like to see, because Hearttt has relics, how much gold Yo has in his base. I know he's reclaimed gold in the middle, but he's just run out there. Dude, if he never had
Maybe
the
that's
south,
the
it's
win
over.
condition.
If he never had the south, it's over.
There's 3 more tiles right there. We got some sneaky ranges, but there's a little outpost right behind that wood line, so Yo sees that. No surprises on that side. mr.yo is now going for capped ram. Heartt's still trying to push out. If Hearttt wants to win this game, he's going to have to do it in the like Hera style, where he just has eco everywhere and he's just raiding constantly with light cav or with Cavalier, has the skirmishers managing the main army. It's going to be so tough, though. It's
but the whole northern area,
fast.
the whole north, you've got to think, where am I not right now? And the whole northern area, I think even docks, like sneaking up some docks on the far river and going Drawmans or something there could be so good. But I don't even hate just sending those Cavalier into the main base.
Yeah, just send him past the
in.
castle, past the TCs, just get him in there.
Yeah.
For sure.
You need, because clearly the main fights aren't working, but if you could take Yo out of position, it could get really complicated.
I think Yo is about to go Helm as well. I think he's about to get the Help Tech and then send those into the back of his base. There it is. And then those can defend against the Cavalier raids. You can send them in 1 or 2 at a time. And then you're still pushing on the front side here. And with Siege Ram, Bombard Cannon, Torsion Engines, the Arbalest army that just can't be touched, should be a really solid push from this year. I can't believe we're in this situation.
There's definitely more eloquent ways to say this, but this game is so Yo. Because
it is.
This, for anyone who ever judges him or ACCM or some of the players who play on for a while in games, This is why.
Yep.
Because they've got a vision for the game that no one else can see, and they feel like they always have that chance. Might be a slight chance, but a slight chance is everything.
Honestly, dude, I think it's all because of those 3 weak villagers
Yeah.
that he just randomly sent to the side.
And it's again, such a frustrating loss for Hearttt, because he will feel like if I just built Outpost with all my map control, this never happens.
Game's not completely over yet, but I think we're winding down. Or maybe
Maybe we're winding up
towards a game 5.
Yeah, seriously. Or we're winding up and Heartt's going to bring this back. He's still got 150 eco. But, I mean, his relics are on the front.
Yeah.
His army's just trickling to its death.
The KD tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
He can't beat the Arbalest mass. And here comes Yo, and this is a get out of my game, please.
He's going to build a castle foundation where the monastery was. He's going to build it. Yo, just don't cover the Red Bull Wallow flag, please.
Heart's
Thank you. Respectful.
Heart's buying stone as well. He's going for a super defensive castle in his farm.
Yeah, I mean, defensive castle.
Yeah.
I don't know if that does too much for you right now.
Maybe there's a situation where Yo like runs out of wood or something.
Wood?
I was hesitating.
Oh, man.
I don't know. Centurions from Hearttt.
It's actually just reached the point where losing those villagers in the north there, it's not that big a deal for Yo, because as long as he still has some resources to make arbs and bombard cannons, and he does, that comp is just not killable, it seems.
Yep. Population's still solid for Hearttt, though. Like, Yo's struggling to deal with the raids, even though he has help. Didn't have all the upgrades yet. Hearttt, his major problem is that he still cannot kill this army. He just can't. If Yo keeps the bomber cannons and the Arbalest near this castle, there's no chance for Hearttt to ever clear that.
I really would have liked Seadram from Hearttt this game. Seadram, Lycav, think Seadram is a way you can actually push in against Arbalest and Bombard Cannons.
You need a few of them, though, especially with Torsion Engines, Bombard Cannons.
And it only works when you're ahead in the game, I feel.
And I feel like it only works once.
Yeah, exactly. And it's reached the point now, he doesn't have the res. He's panic queuing villagers. He's going to go above 150 villagers. Yeah. Castle's going to go down. Treb's then exposed as well. I mean, mr.yo is just not losing that army there.
Oh! Watch out for falling cannonballs here. Holy cow. Torsion Engines goes hard.
I mean, unbelievable from Yo. We're going to a game 5?
We are.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong because it's 185, but it feels like we are.
Yeah.
Yo's going to take some time here, but he repairs the castle from that side, takes down the trebuchets. Has another trebuchet to push to with his cannons.
There's 2 more trebs over on that side as we get the replay absolutely flattened like a pancake.
I'd love to see the KD on the ARBs and the bomber cannons at a certain point. I think it is showing 107 kills on that army alone.
Can Yo save this count? He can.
Ooh.
Hearttt takes it out. Nice job, Hearttt. Okay, well, we might get to a situation now where Yo, he didn't take those relics.
Yep.
He might be running out of gold shortly. Let's see if he can take both of these trebs.
Hearttt
is definitely out of gold. Right?
Yeah, he's going to switch, though. He's going to get there. He's 53 on food.
Yeah, that treb is going to go down, and I saw a reaction from Hearttt. Like, he was very annoyed that the villagers blocked that treb.
This is a tilter. This is maybe one of the most tilting situations you could have in a tournament land, to have control of the entire game, to have it feel like a foregone conclusion, and then have the game turn around. You will question your draft. You will question lack of outposts, the list goes on. Hearttt needs to sort this out here.
There's only 1 villager repairing it, but look at this army. Look at this army. The castle goes down. Will the bomber cannons get the shots against the skirms?
I mean, Heartt's done the right thing now. He's got different groups here.
Does it even matter?
He's microing. Yo isn't really microing at all on shooting the different groups there. Now he is. I actually think that's okay for Hearttt because he hasn't immediately lost his army and he's whittling down the Arbalest.
Another big shot here from mr.yo. I don't think it actually mattered that much. The Arbalists are just firing too fast. We have the bomber cannons behind. It was a great fight from Hearttt.
Yo doesn't have any more arbs in queue. Yo will have 30 halbs. They're not here, though. Those halbs need to arrive. Also wondering where they are, and there they are with the trebuchet.
Yeah. So that tells me Hearttt is going to clear this army because Yo has basically given up on this, although it's still a struggle for Hearttt to take out these Arbalists, and Yo is massing up in the center, and he's going to start a push towards those wood lines in the north, towards the gold in the north.
I'd love to see...
This game continues.
I'd love to see how many resources are left on this map. Yep. Usually, someone kind of takes full middle, and it's not split side to side like this.
3,200 gold only.
Yeah,
probably
and only
all in the north there, too.
And only 2K stone, and I guess we might still have quite a few trees, but only 100,000 wood left. Could actually become a weird wood game here because the players will run out of all the wood in their bases. But such a big army now. It's not about army type, really, for Hearttt. It's got to be about the numbers.
Yeah.
He has to fix the numbers problem. Might be worth losing a couple villagers right now.
Maybe. I mean, 156 villagers at this point in the game seems like a bit of an overboom, especially with Romans.
He did delete some, I think, as we said that.
Nice.
He either deleted or he lost some in the north. Still keeping that castle up. Hasn't taken down the Trebs, though. There's also a raid from Yo in the north at the moment, where he's found the villagers on gold
There's
there
a
from
raid,
Hearttt.
yeah, there's a raid from Hearttt there. Halbs are coming in. So there's a stone and a gold up there. The Halbs aren't here to protect the Trebs, but the Arbalists are. Still one Trebuchet going down, and the castle is surviving currently for Hearttt. I think he's got enough stone to repair that. Still, like, these skirms do not counter these Arbalists. They really don't. They don't have Bracer, and the Arbalists are just firing so fast, they're punching through that final armor upgrade. Good raid from Hearttt, though. This is the type of thing that he needs to do here.
But when you do that, that
Opens
gives Yo
up the
more
pop
population
space.
space.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you have to do that, and then you have to hold against an even more difficult attack, and then you can probably out-eco him. 50 more villagers than the opponent is significant in these games.
Yo needs to keep his Q healthy.
Yeah, and he doesn't have gold, Dave. He doesn't have a lot of gold. In the south, I think he's run out, and he never reclaimed those relics. Maybe he's gotten one somewhere. It's actually getting really difficult to see where Yo is getting gold. Yeah, he doesn't have any gold down there anymore.
Yeah, Mr.
And Heartt's
Yo.
also off of gold.
I mean, you have Mr. Yo clearing all those villagers, and that opens more pop space for Hearttt.
Heartt's
Can Hearttt make this happen? Can we have another comeback here? Heartt's trying to buy stone.
Yeah, I think yes.
For the
yes,
repair
yes,
on that
the
castle.
answer is yes.
Yeah, good raids here from Hearttt. Hearttt holds on. We thought this game was over
And that
twice
feels
already.
The double attack in the south feels completely against the run of play. When you just had a raid in the back of Yo's base as well, Yo might not notice that.
He
Yo's
doesn't
not
notice
reacting.
it. He doesn't notice it. Is Hearttt turning this around? Is he denying the game 5?
I mean, the castle for Hearttt is still up in the middle as well. He's running out of stone now. He's hoping his trebuchets will get the hits. His castle will probably go down. But Dave, there's a healthy amount of skirms on the field here.
So close. So
What a
close.
game.
Torsion Engines is still so good. 73 builds for it. He never noticed it.
No.
They're all dead.
No. I mean, Hearttt probably clicked him down there just hoping, as you often do in these scenarios, and it actually worked
And
out for
after
him.
seeing that, Heartt's
And
going
he
to play
gets
on
more.
forever. He gets more here. Hearttt is in the process of turning this game around. We thought Yo was dead early. We thought Hearttt was dead later. And now, possibilities opening here as Mr. Yo goes to the castle in the north. He's going to find himself some more gold there. Hearttt still hasn't reclaimed those 3 relics, so that's really important.
Yeah.
The ones that are at the front of his base. He still can't really fully beat the army from Mr. Yo, but he's 50. He's going to be 50 population ahead.
Dave, the key to counter the skirms was not the ARBs, it was the bombard cannons.
Yeah.
And Yo has struggled to keep the bombard cannon numbers high.
Yo's population is rising again, 61 villages.
He is 0 on wood, 0 on wood, 33 on food, 0 on gold, 0 on stone.
93 army, though.
Yeah. Mem would call this eco perfectly balanced right now. 0, 0, 0, 0.
Yeah, exactly. And the Treb is working away on another castle. How many castles has Hearttt lost? 4? 5?
He's lost a lot, but he also had a lot of them.
Yep.
And he is going to reclaim those relics behind this.
And I
he
think
gets
Yo
more
might
raids.
be losing his castle in the south, too.
Oh, man. To what, though? Okay, Trebuchet there.
Treb, yeah.
Yo's relic is also right there. Yo was never expecting to like basically be pushed off that hill. Remember that castle he placed on Heartt's side? It was a clear statement. He thought the game was over.
I think there's a lot of things that that happened that these players weren't expecting in this game. Just opportunities opening up. Right?
Yeah, and it's a lovely land set here because we've got crazy situation. Players have traveled a ridiculous long, like a very long way here. Lots of pressure, different circumstances, and as everyone watching knows, Age of Empires is also just really freaking hard, right? So both players have maybe looked human at times. I think the matchups are matchups we've never seen before in a lot of these games. So it's really tough to figure out. But what I know now, Yo's got a big score lead.
Yeah.
He has some gold, and he has fixed the wood
And there's
problems.
only 20 minutes left on the timer.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's still at 74 builds. He
And
got
he's
back
losing
up
more.
to 80, and now he's not noticing the raids again.
Look at this. Heartt's killed 200 vills.
Yeah.
200 villager
Yeah.
kills in the game. And we're still counting as well.
Oh my goodness. If Hearttt can ever clear this army, the game's over.
Viewers watching this, who wins?
He doesn't notice!
No, he doesn't. Who wins, viewers? I mean, to credit Yo, he's never lost those arbs. Like, he's lost a couple of them, but he's having all of his focus.
He's got 2 bomber cannons here, too.
All of his focus is on keeping that death ball pushing. So I can understand why he's a little late to reacting, but my God. My God, what a great job from both players
big shots
to
again.
do what they need to do.
And it gets more and more difficult for Hearttt because you want to overwhelm Yo, you want to kill the army, but every single huge skirm mass you lose to the bomber cannons there just goes directly into Yo's score.
Yeah,
and score
exactly.
is the win condition here.
I think destroying buildings is extremely good. Siege Ram, dude. Siege Ram in the south.
But then you lose a whole, like you destroy 5 buildings and you lose a whole light cav army, and it's the same amount of score.
Yeah, but look in the south though. None of that's protected.
Yeah.
Okay, there's capped ram at least. Siege Ram down there would fast clear that.
Yeah.
And it also would mean that Yo would have to send a lot more military units.
Can we just appreciate the res collected difference here? 121,000 resources collected for Hearttt, 87,000.
Is there a way we can talk about the resources destroyed? Because that might be a good stat to look at as well.
He's going for the full flank. I don't think it's going to work, though. He's tried this before. Big shots from the bombard cannons.
He better dance. He better dance away because
you
the bombard
can't dance away from
so
torsion
strong.
engines.
Oh my God.
Too much surface area. And Yo, once again, every single time Hearttt tries to take a big fight, it doesn't matter because Yo's army is significantly better.
Yeah, it really is. KD's insane. 701 kills for Yo, only 500 deaths. But over the last couple minutes, he's lost 2 town centers. He's only at 69 villagers. And no, that is not a nice number in this scenario. You need to have a higher
did the bomber cannons go down? Did the bomber cannons go down? Heartt's trying to snipe him. Does he get it? He gets both!
Dude, that's huge.
That's massive.
Now you can play skirm and pretty freely take some decent fights here. And it's still only 1 treb, which I know is, it's still going to do some damage here, but that will take some real time. That's the gold in the north there for Yo. He's trying to reclaim a little bit of the south.
What's the score? 22,018. He clears this army, kills all the buildings. It's very doable here for Hearttt. Yo is at 142 population. His eco and military perfectly balanced. It was 71 for both at a moment ago.
There's Siege Ram. I'm telling you, Siege Ram's a game changer. 1 or 2 Siege Rams can destroy a castle when you're not looking. It tanks a lot of archer fire as well.
Dude, it was that raid in the south. It turned everything around. That big raid, Yo lost like 25, 30
Oh, man.
villagers.
And he's raiding more.
And he's raiding again.
But it doesn't matter. He's killing skirms. That's all he's looking at. He's killing skirms in the middle. That's all he wants is to protect that treb. There's a new cannon there. Hearttt still hasn't taken down the treb, and there's repair villagers coming from Yo to keep the trebuchet alive. A lot of stone is being invested into repairs right now for Hearttt. And
246 villagers killed by Hearttt this game.
This is a weird scenario because Yo's pop is looking bad, but he's got a big score lead. And we are less than 15 minutes away until the timer comes into play. If it hits 115, guys, and sometimes it's actually not exactly 115.
Does he get the trap? Does he get the trap? Does he get the trap? He's going to get it with the skirms. Nice snipe there from Hearttt.
Oh, God, Dave. This is the exact scenario we discussed the other day. It's like, if it comes down to timer, you have these weird situations where someone who has the kills can't, like, actively push easily, and Heartt's going to get desperate to finish this game off fast and recover that score. He is to take down buildings. He is to stop feeding skirm kills. He's got 13 minutes now.
Either way this game goes, it's going to be heartbreaking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, depending on who wins, it will be more heartbreaking. But, yeah, and also players will likely forget about it, even though everyone kind of knows. There is a notification that'll pop up at 100 years, which I think is like 10 minutes away, and then it will show at the bottom right of your screens. Viewers.
I mean, I think both of these guys have been thinking about score for the last like 10, 15 minutes.
Maybe.
I think that has to be a consideration. Heartt's trying to micro against torsion engines, 2 bombard cannons.
Oh, God.
I mean, like...
That's not what you want.
No, that is not
God.
what you want. Oh, man.
And that gives you a little bit more time, Dave, a little bit more time.
Yeah.
It's clear to me that Hearttt has just been so uncomfortable with the Roman late game, so hesitant to go for Siege Ram, but finally we see Siege Ram out.
82 villagers now for Yo. That's the highest count he's had in a while.
But 27 Arbalest is the lowest count he's had of that in a while.
I mean, if if you're Heartt, you almost just send the siege rams against the bombard cannons.
Yeah, anywhere.
Yep.
Like, you take it after buildings, you send it in against the army. It's really good when you get enough.
One thing we have to consider as well, if we're looking at the score, look at Heartt's Q. If he unqueues those units,
he gets a
his
lot more
score goes
score.
up a lot. Right?
Also,
Yo doesn't have that much in the queue.
Technologies as well.
Yeah.
Both players actually have like a lot of text, but you might see players start to research technologies that they wouldn't actually benefit
Here come the
from.
Rams. Can Yo stop these? He manages to clear the light cap. The Rams are going for the bombard cannons. He's trying to snipe them with the Arbalest, and the Rams are actually going down, but there's 4 of them.
The thing is, though, the Rams will die, but the army for Yo is not attacking the skirmishers. That is what siege Rams do there. And so that's led to a lot of nice kills there. More raids coming in from Hearttt. 5K score lead for Yo. 9.5 minutes until we will reach the timer.
He noticed the raids.
He did.
Nice. He's locking. Oh, maybe. He's losing some more villagers. 273 vills killed.
Oh man, you have to be so patient here.
He's got 82 villagers again. He just can't get that number up to where he wants it to be. And meanwhile, I mean, Heartt's just been sitting on 120, 130, 160 at some point.
Also, I think Heartt needs to just change his thinking here. You have Rams. Stop feeding through the middle. Ram the sides, like ram the walls. That's what they were designed for. But it's a unique scenario.
Well, in this map, it feels like players just mentally consider those walls almost permanent.
Yeah, true.
Right? Like you never see anyone attacking.
Yeah.
At all. You never see people deleting them, like I mentioned.
Dave, look at Yo's resources. He's at the limit, dude.
Absolutely.
He's at the limit. Like this is.
I mean, and his gold got raided recently in the north too, so like it was really struggling to keep that gold income there. He made a ram here for whatever reason.
Oh God!
There's
vills down there,
and that's how many vills? So that's 22 out of 75.
And they're cowering in fear right now, as they should be.
Yo's not moving them because Heartt can only see movement.
Can Heartt take the bombard cannon?
No.
Can Heartt? Yeah.
Yes.
He got it! He
forgot about the bombard cannon!
Countdown's on. We are less than 10 minutes. The players just got a notification. It's 96 years now.
Yo, it's 5K score ahead, but look at the queue for Heartt.
Yes. Can Heartt break him? Can
Yo is
Heartt
going
break
for a
him?
TC in the south as well.
Again, it doesn't matter. Yo could have like one population. If he still has the higher score, he still wins this game. But the score is going to close in big time because buildings destroyed is one of the biggest stats when it comes to score in this game.
This is going to get close. Heartt's still feeding in light cap, though. I think you need to pull the light cap back. Pull him back. Don't give free kills. Do not give free kills to Mr. Yo. 120 pop for Mr. Yo. 200 for Heartt. We could have one of the most hype finishes here in this tournament.
You might want to raise literally everything but the main base right now.
Yes.
Because obviously Yo is in the main base. 83 years. There is a base in the north that is free for the taking if Heartt thinks of that. And he's been clearing some of the extra buildings in the middle.
Yes, just stop feeding in your light cavalry, please. Just stop feeding them in. The score is getting closer, Tristan. It's about 4K score difference now, and there's still that amazing queue for Heartt. Let me remind you guys, it's 157,000 resources collected for Heartt this game, 103,000 for Mr. Yo.
There's some other tricks you can do here. You can build buildings to boost your score a little bit. Some players will spam monasteries, get techs, but we're not quite at that point.
The year count has begun. Right beside the players' names on the bottom right side, you guys can see the years. 70 years remaining.
The unit queue is good for Heartt. He's breaking down buildings. That bombard cannon in the back is a problem, but he cannot get to it. The score difference is still 5K for Yo.
And but look at Heartt. He's attacking the castle in the north, the TC in the south.
These are big score swings coming, Dave.
Big score swings.
But the TC in the south survives.
It survives.
It had no support.
Bombard cannons out again from Mr. Yo. Please do not give up your entire skirm army, Heartt. You need this. You can't give him kills.
If he keeps moving, though, he can maybe support the Rams. Can he keep moving? There's so many different areas to look at.
A little bit more conservative on these attacks for Heartt. I would love that. It would keep him closer.
56
Score is
years.
still 5,000 ahead for Mr. Yo. He's 100 population behind.
Heartt wins this game. If without the timer, Heartt wins this game eventually. It would take a long time, but he has more access to wood. He has more access to res. He has to win the game in the next 50 years now. And
But
the score's not looking
all of
good.
the players, it was active throughout the ladder. It's been active in every single event
Everyone
that we've
knows.
done for Red Bull. That's one of the win conditions
Yes.
you have to play towards. And Yo has been grinding this game the entire time.
The South.
Now he's been playing towards this for a very long time. We have 45 years remaining. The South is being attacked. The raids are coming in. Under 100 population for Mr. Yo, and he's still 5,000 score ahead.
And the north as well. The castle's down. There's Rams coming. There should be more kills in the north.
Hearttt is pushing. Hearttt is pushing.
Dave, if he takes those 2 bombard cannons that have basically no protection, he will crush the base.
But if he
in the
goes
last
for them
35
and
years
loses
here.
all of the units, Yo gets more score. Yo's trying to hold on to these bombard cannons. He's getting a ton of kills. One bombard cannon goes down. I don't know if he's going to get the second
Can
one.
he get
Does he
it?
get the second
Can he get
one?
it?
He doesn't get
No,
it!
he doesn't get it. That's so bad. 83 pop for Yo. It's going to get worse.
33 years remaining.
And the push should continue from Hearttt. He can start adding buildings, occasional scan in the back of Heartt's base to see. He's doing the monastery
He's doing
thing.
the monastery thing.
Look
He's
in the
building
back,
monasteries.
Back of his base, he is placing monasteries.
Cost per build time, per investment, per score, whatever. We need NASA to figure this out. That's the most effective building.
25 years, architecture on the way. I'm sure there's more university technologies on the way for Hearttt. 23 years now. Yo can barely produce any military units.
76 population and 22 years left for Mr. Yo. We're going right down to the wire here, folks. The score has caught up a little bit. It's only 4K. We still have the amazing Q for Hearttt. It's getting right down to the edge.
17 years. Can Hearttt realize and cancel his Q here? He will be destroying buildings, which is good. He needs to cancel his Q to get the resources back into the bank. This has never happened to this level at a LAN event before. In all of our Red Bull events, scores closer now.
12 years remaining.
Oh, that's
all the
so
techs
brutal.
are coming in. Fortified wall. I don't know if he has enough time to get a lot of these techs. The monasteries are going up. What's the score looking like? It's still 4,000, a little bit less than 4,000. Maybe he needs to cancel the queue.
I don't know. I just think he's running out of time. We've got 5 years now.
Cancel
6
the queue.
years. He's got to cancel the queue now and hope
5
that
years
the score
remaining.
rises.
5 years remaining for Hearttt to have a chance here. Yo is still very far ahead. You can see Yo just sitting
3
back.
years.
3 years.
2 years.
The queue is not being canceled.
No, and I think even if he cancels it, it's not going to be enough. Mr. Yo will win. We will go to Game 5. Hearttt cannot believe it. And my God, and it didn't. Oh, it went to -1 year.
-1 years remaining. Oh my goodness. Oh man, and it feels so bad for Hearttt. Yo is probably laughing here. I mean, Yo had a fantastic comeback of his own in that game.
Yeah.
And then the
Yeah.
raids from Hearttt, exactly what he needed to do there, brought him back. We have to say though, this is a win condition.
Yeah.
It's been known they played hundreds of ladder games with this. Some of the most hype finishes ever on the ladder were for the time limit. And Mr. Yo played towards that at the end there. What a battle from
What a
Yo.
battle.
Holy
Hearttt,
cow.
it's too late. He's already looked, but he needed to close that game.
Oh,
he
yeah.
needed to close that game because what he just did, he looked and he counted Yo's pop. And
Yep.
he was like, oh, God. He was so close, dude. So close. And honestly, I think if he thinks of Siege Rams faster in that game, he still wins it.
Yeah.
Right? Siege Rams, 3 minutes faster, he wins the game. Yo's basically defeated off the map.
I wonder
the
how-
outposts earlier in the game as well.
I wonder how much score was in the queue as well. I don't think it was 3,000 or whatever he needed. That was a crazy, crazy game, and it was an excellent opening here from Hearttt in this one. The Romans were looking amazing. Like, we were running out of things to say. We gave the possibility that Yo could maybe come back.
I thought it was over. It was
but
over.
Until those 3 villagers got that TC set up, until he got up to Imp and got those Arbalists, didn't really think there was a chance. Yo believed in himself the entire time, though. The beginning of the game was all this. It was just constant pressure from Hearttt, no fear of the Mangonels, coming in every single time, sniping the crossbows, and then we got to this army, and
Yeah, the machine gun arbalests were just insane. I still think at this stage of the game, Hearttt thought he had won. Sometimes you're in such a good position that you don't do the small things that you would normally do in a closer game, like the outpost and the vision. But it was the sneak town center in the south. They're not going to be on the highlights, but the villagers that came from that town center changed this game, gave Yo his chance. Man, I thought earlier that that game between MBL and Harrow was the best game of the tournament already, but this has been a fantastic. This was even with it, I would say. Going down to the score there. I mean, Yo was here. I thought Yo had won, Dave.
yeah. I mean, big shots, right? But the raid. it turned everything around.
Yeah.
He had a fantastic position. Also, he never took those relics when he had the chance, right?
Yeah.
And this is the thing. Like, he loses, what, 20, 30 villagers down here? And then he loses more in his base to the raids. And then, of course, there's this final moment. What did Hearttt have at the end? 24,000 score versus 27.5. Yeah, I don't think even if he unqueues there, I don't think he gets enough.
Yeah, I don't have the math on that.
Yeah.
So I would say that luckily it wasn't like 1,000 score difference or something. If it was 1,000 score difference, then maybe that could have made it up. Well, talk to me about mentality. Who's got the upper hand there right now? It's got to be Yo. Right?
I think Yo feels very lucky to be in the position. Because I think Hearttt, if you were to ask everybody involved in this set, the viewers, the casters, the players even, everyone would agree that Hearttt has been the better player so far in these 4 games.
Yeah.
And Yo is just, as he so often does, managed to sneak his way in. We go into a game 5. It's going to all be about composure. Yo has been here so many times in his career. Hearttt, this is going to be a tester for him.
All right. Well, obviously, crazy series so far. Quick break here before we go into the final game of the series, which, again, super important. Hearttt still no series wins yet.
Yep.
Day 1. The HMS Londinium has weighed anchor, her prow set towards the greatest wonder these waters know, the Royal Albert Hall.
Captain.
8 empires, 8 commanders, each forged in the flames of 1,000 battles to claim their throne at Red Bull Wallaloo. Hera, ACCM, MBL, Leary, Yo, the Viper, Hearttt, Sebastian. Not all who sail will reach the hall. That's the cruel nature of the voyage. Ah, that sound. Let us see who is worthy of the call.
We must stand united, for even a hero cannot win alone.
You can never break the Mapuche people. Attack, my warriors!
We all have loved ones in the capital. Join me. Together we can save our people.
We may not see our homes again for a long time, but one day we will take back what is ours.
Nothing good comes from mistaking men for gods.
Whew, my God. The hype continues as we're here at Game 5.
Yes, it does. And you asked about mentality. I'm glad we had a little break there for Hearttt to just kind of reset, because I really think he needs it. We had a discussion in our little 2-minute break, and I was like, man, I really want to say, like, Yo's been dominated on every single game.
Yeah.
Even the water game that he won.
Yeah.
He just had a better civ.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And Hearttt has been absolutely dominating him, and it's still 2-2, and that's very classic Mr. Yo. He's got the experience to just get the job done.
Absolutely.
And now Hearttt needs to prove that he deserves to be here, that he can win this Game 5, that he's got the composure to get through these moments.
Remember how this works, guys. We have 2 groups, and you play 3 sets. And you play everyone in your group in one time, and that determines where you go from there. You'll go either into the 2nd or 3rd place position, which means you're playing on the weekend in the playoffs, or you would go into the immediately into the semifinals on either side of the bracket if you're 1st place. If you're 4th place, basically if you're someone who goes 0-3, most likely, you're unfortunately done in this tournament.
Yeah.
And so this is the 2nd set. Hearttt has played amazing, but he lost last time, and now he could potentially lose here. Yo, big ramifications for a potential run at 1st place right now.
Yes.
Because he won his 1st series and now is looking at a 2-2 here. So, and also for Mr. Yo, we should point out he is going to play Hera in his final set, and Hera is likely the favorite there. So here we are.
5.
We've got game number 5. I don't know how we are here. And we have Tatars for Heartt on his home map. We've got Dorothy Quarry here. This map is extremely difficult to play, Dave. It could go late, but very rarely does it.
And I think one thing that deserves to be mentioned, even if in gameplay-wise it feels like it's been kind of tilted towards Heartt, experience and map draft and civ draft for Mr. Yo has been fantastic.
Yes.
Right, he got Ethiopians there against Romans. He dragged it out to the late game. He had Vikings earlier against Malay on the Stone Drift map, and now he's got one of the best civilizations coming home for this map. He's got Persians here on the quarry.
Yes, he did very conveniently skip the Mapuche pick, which looked
Well,
very,
he
very
lost that
questionable.
game, and he probably calculated that out when he was on the chess
Yes,
screen. You know?
I too plan to lose games. That's the issue, is I plan to lose too many games each series. But no, both players on the opposite side here. There is a water element. I'd love for Vodka to zoom out before the fights begin and just get a double click on the oysters. Because, again, massive amounts of gold on the oysters. We didn't even get all of them, and that's
it's like
36,000.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So, yeah, just lots of oysters is the point. But right now you have gold elsewhere, and it's a mix of water and gold possible on the water. But it's extremely difficult. I think the big reason we see Tatars picked for Heartt, you do more damage when fighting on top of the hills, and this map obviously is just a massive hill.
Also, I mean, they get the extra value on the hurtables, and you get some hurtables every time you make TCs. There's good eco bonuses there.
God.
Nice catch out there from Heartt. Yo, going forward with just one spearman. Heartt finds the archers, and bye-bye early pressure.
Yeah,
from
well,
Mr. Yo.
I mean, there was also the other army forward as well, so I don't think Heartt was expecting the scouts to go there. There are actually lots of spears produced here from Yo, but my goodness, now Yo, can he kill these scouts? We'll see. Immediate focus again from Heartt. Heartt will focus down. He kills the spearman again. His scouts are super weak, though.
Almost got the archers as well. Villager, though, going down, so Yo's still getting some value here as the archers trying to hard commit onto the villagers. They get one. He does lose his scout. He loses the archer, and he loses the spearman as well.
Right there, I think we saw the micro difference between the two. And the issue in the previous game, the issue, honestly, in the Island game as well, is it was no longer a micro game, right?
Yep.
It was just like, what civ bonuses do you have?
It was a tech tree game.
It was a tech tree game, exactly. So I think Yo's still got some great opportunities here with the Persians. They produce villagers faster. And Yo is amazing with any civ that has big knight bonuses, which we haven't seen a lot today.
And also, their docks have more HP. Their docks also produce faster. And there's a lot of, not only oysters on this map, but there's some deep fish in the middle too. So he can keep his economy going. He's always basically going to have a villager lead, assuming that he hasn't lost too much. And was that a fishing ship from
Fishing ship went down, and a villager as well at some point. So Eco KD 2-0 for the Persian player. Fights in the middle, though. We know who's going to win those. That's going to be Heartt. This is
the
just
archers,
classic.
Those were the 1 HP archers from before, so Yo was really gambling sending those forward, right? He did get a fishing ship for his troubles, but Heartt's going to clear that up. And we look at the KD right now, it's 12-7 as Yo has to send more spearmen forward to try and push that away. Resources looking pretty good for Heartt at the moment for clicking up to Castle Age.
Yeah, and as you would expect, right? He takes the better fights. He beats you to Castle Age. He takes advantages there. No additional town centers in his future, though. He sells the stone, using the market to find the timing here.
The extra attack on hills is going to be really nice here. These hills are huge on these maps.
And it helps, right now with his positioning, it helps in the attack, but also it helps in defense in a lot of engagements on the other side. So,
especially if you're playing into something like Cav Archers.
Yeah.
Could be really solid. Free thumb ring for Tatars.
We'll actually know what his plan is based on how he plays this now, Dave. We've got 4 archers. You could continue to produce archers. If he's not, and he's not right now, it could be Cav Archers in his near future.
Especially if we see something like Bloodlines come in.
Yeah.
Could be a solid guess. It looks like he's making a production building at home. He's just trying to clear up the archers. And like you said, just consistently, Micro is a little bit better.
Yep.
Just a little bit better. And he clears all of the archers from Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo, though, will look at a fight like that and be happy. He'll be like, okay, I took a worse trade, but at least they're gone.
Yeah. Also, wonder if there's some question marks in Yo's mind. He's like, wait a second. Like, why am I not seeing any more archers? Why did he take the engagement? Why did he not try and conserve the numbers? But Yo will click up here shortly. He's probably not aware of how late he's going to be, but he does still have the scouts. If these scouts get in, there is not a single spearman for Heartt.
Yeah.
And he's not fully walled either. So, like,
Scouts are roaming around. He's 40 seconds away from being able to produce cav archers. So that's
Dave, this
kind
is
of
so
his
open.
defense.
This is so open.
Nice wall over there from Hearttt. Can he get the houses
Oh,
down?
God.
It's difficult with the hill.
Oh,
it's
God.
extremely difficult to see where the holes are with the hill. And Hearttt just gives up on the idea of walling, and he's going to run his villagers away. But yo, can't really surround them. There's the first spearman for Hearttt. He'll take a villager loss potentially.
Okay, I mean, Hearttt loses one there.
Good damage control, all things considered. Really nice job from Hearttt.
I agree. Cav archers are on the way.
I think they might have been busy on the water as well. Yo lost a Hulk.
Oh, there's also that villager. He's on break in the wrong area. What are you doing, bro? That villager's going to go down. Yo doesn't have to micro this. That should be a free kill. And he gets the kill. Well played.
Not necessarily free, though. The one thing I'm concerned about for Mr.yo is he doesn't really have his woodlines locked down. And once these cav archers start roaming around on that plateau on the outside, how are you going to defend yourself? He's still 40 seconds away from being able to like build a defensive TC or siege or anything like that.
I also think his woodline spawns are really unfortunate because they're all spread out, right? Like Heartt's woodlines are all next to each other, and that's much better to be able to damage control and protect your villagers. But yeah, Yo's essentially got 3 massive targets around the back of his base. That's not even factoring in the gold. And faster castle age has paid dividends for Hearttt. Gets the villager kill. There's one of the woodlines. There's the other woodline. They're just so far away from each other.
He went for the towers, so he doesn't have the stone to build like defensive TCs or anything. He's floating a lot of gold, which is why he's going for that market. And he's forced into camels as a defensive measure here against the cav archers. But remember, those cav archers don't only have the bonus on the hills. They have thumb ring as well.
Yep, very strong. And Heartt's making a lot of them as well. Hearttt will also wall up behind this. Yo tries his best to damage control, but a couple villagers go down. And camels are out. The issue with camels against cav archers long-term is the lack of pierce armor. They are not nearly as tanky as knights are.
Now, we had some questions about the mentality for Hearttt coming into this game, right? Was he going to be shaky? Like, how was the opening going to be? Now that you've had a very smooth opening and you have cav archers on the field, I think there's no questions about that whatsoever.
Yeah, no.
Hearttt just plays his game from this point forward, and he should win this most of the time.
Yeah, and he was here in the previous game. It just didn't scale very well, and now he has the understanding of, oh yeah, let's like apply the finishing blow here to win this freaking series.
This is going to be so difficult for mr.yo against Tatar cav archers on the hill.
Also,
it's gonna be really, really difficult.
Also, Dave, Heartt's going to boom as well. He's recovered the stone behind this. Likely we'll see a town center at some point.
We go university or town center? Town center at the back.
Yeah, maybe both.
I guess that does make sense because at some point Yo's going to send these knights forward as well, and you need something to defend. But I'd love to see university ballistics with a cav archer army like this against knights.
Amazing response from Hearttt. Just so good, like you said.
This is incredible.
And it just doesn't seem like Yo can do anything. I'm hesitant to say anything's over because maybe this will go down to the timer as well. Somehow.
Please,
but
that was hype.
But it's just the woodlines are an issue. The farms are exposed.
There's the university.
He doesn't have the upgrades yet. Yeah. This is so difficult to take the fights against the Tatar cav archers.
This has to be so painful for mr.yo. And usually the way Yo defends something like this is he sends units forward and he goes for the raid. And I think there's only one knight going forward for mr.yo.
Yep. Yeah, and the knight's maybe going to head to the gold. I mean, one knight's not an issue. Cav archers are a big issue, though, for Yo. I think Yo, in a different scenario, should have considered Scorpions here, but it's gone too far.
No, he was too far behind, I think, to Castle Age.
Maybe.
Like, Hearttt got such a fast transition into these cav archers off of the early pressure, and I think a big part of that was just like clearing up that first archer army, winning every single fight in Feudal Age. It scaled so well for him.
Oh man, the micro from Hearttt is so good. He's of course defended at home, and ballistics will be in well, it's in now, and with 2 town centers, Hearttt also has the water control. He's added 6 fishing ships. Like, what has Hearttt had? What hasn't he done, excuse me, this game? It's just been perfect.
He hasn't won yet.
He hasn't won yet, true.
And judging by last game, that's pretty freaking difficult.
Watch him build like 30 outposts.
Yo, yeah.
He's going to build so many outposts this game, so Yo can't escape.
Yo has 7 on food currently with the villagers idled, and he has like 3 stables that he was trying to produce from.
This game, this group, obviously the game's interesting, but this group is fascinating right now. Because after the result earlier today, where Hera was able to get the job done, but not as convincingly as we thought. If Hearttt were to win this, we've got a lot of players who have lost games in this group going into the final day. And first will be possible for multiple players potentially.
Oh, he's just
second and
losing
third
everything.
place, fourth place, and yeah, I mean everything.
Yeah, let's talk about group placement right now because I don't think even Mr. Yo can pull this one back. This is 42 villagers for him, 62 villagers for Heartt. He can't get in through the wall. Fantastic defense. Second town center is already there for Heartt, and he just camps the gold. You could sit here for the next 10 minutes, and that would provide you enough value going forward.
Yeah, I think Mr. Yo, if this was game number 1, even he would consider calling it. He's hoping to get through, though. Heartt pulls the villagers. He adds the stone walls. He defends behind with the camels and the cav archers. 20 villager lead for Heartt. More villager kills.
GG.
And Yo taps out. Heartt finally breaks this guy. Finally breaks
What a
it.
response, though.
And he wins 3-2.
What a response after losing 200 population against 70 to a score victory.
Yeah.
And then you come back game 5, and you just absolutely roll over the guy. Like, wow, Heartt is incredible.
Yeah, seriously.
He brought it this tournament. Let's go.
He did. He's playing well. I think Yo has made a comment there, Heartt laughing as they're going to prepare for the interview here. But the big storyline, of course, Yo still has his win from the first day. Heartt now has a win. So both players are 1-1 going into tomorrow. Tomorrow could determine a lot. So and Mr. Yo will play Hera tomorrow. Heartt will play MBL. And like, I don't know, dude.
The group gets very interesting.
The group gets very interesting. Yeah, absolutely. So what a series, though. What a treat. We had pretty much everything.
Yeah, I mean, we had really clear victories from Heartt in the Saracens against Mapuche game, even though that was kind of a question mark for us.
Yep.
We had the good draft from Mr. Yo that got him through that Glacis game and through the Stone Drift game.
Yep.
And then we had the absolute dominance of that game 5 from Heartt and the timer as well.
And the timer
the
as well
drama
was so good.
from
The
that
drama.
one. There's going to be a lot of very upset people about that.
Yeah, some people don't like it, but you know, I think Heartt will always
It kept us on the edge of our seat.
Heartt will always say that he had every opportunity to end that game much earlier, right?
Yeah.
And there's a reason that we don't see that frequently. But we'll throw up the standings here just as a kind of a reminder where we're at. Games 1, you've got Hera right now at 6. It obviously looks fantastic. He won both of his sets. But with Hera playing Yo tomorrow, if Yo were to beat Hera, he could take first place. Depending on the weird situation with the amount of games won as well, right? I don't know the exact math on that, but it is possible, I believe. And then, of course, you've got the players below. I mean, MBL could jump up. MBL looked amazing today.
Well,
and
we've got
Heartt and Yo. I mean, everyone's so good.
Let's hear from Heartt after that fantastic set. His first set win of the tournament. Heartt here with Riley.
Thanks very much, Dave. And yes, here we are with the victorious Heartt. Congratulations on the win. It was certainly very hard fought across all 5 games. Was it a bit of a slow? Was it exhausting for you to get through the set?
Thank you. Yeah, a little bit. We had a long game in there, so overall it wasn't that long. I think it was just one long game, but yeah, a bit tired.
And coming off of the defeat yesterday, obviously at the hands of Hera, that was a pretty swift victory for him. This was a little more hard fought, but obviously you did end up on top. Is that a relief to you, or is that something you're feeling good about having steadied the ship a little bit? Talk to us about this win compared against yesterday.
Yeah, I think I was a bit more comfortable. I fixed my headset issue that I had yesterday, but obviously, you know, yesterday I played against Hera, so it's a bit different. But overall, yeah, I don't know. I think I match okay against Mr. Yo. Style-wise, definitely better than against Hera. So yeah.
Well, you must be very happy with the win, and Mem, we'll turn to you now as we throw up some vision on the screen here, some of the highlights from across the last couple of games that we saw across this match. Mem, do you want to talk more about some of the stuff that we're seeing here?
Well, if you were surprised about Britain's pick here by Mr. Yo, Heartt.
Yeah, I think he just felt like he had no sieves left in his draft. I'm not sure if he could have drafted, I don't know if Franks were open. But yeah, obviously Portuguese are just one of the best on this map. I think he was just trying something like Britons. You know, he's probably trying to just outrange my units. That's his game plan. But yeah, I think Portuguese just gets a bit too ahead. And I had some good trades mixed in as well, so I just, yeah, the game.
Yeah, it kind of was the game like you like, right? You got the initiative and you never dropped that initiative at all. So you didn't let it get the mass to outrange you at all in the whole game.
Yeah, exactly. I just kept running at him with units, basically.
Here could be the opposite. Like here you have he has the Vikings and you have Malai. Did you feel that maybe you resigned maybe too early, or you think that against the Vikings is almost impossible?
I think it's as much of a safe win as I had in first game, he had in this one, you know?
Yeah.
I'm Malay, I basically have nothing. I got nothing, man. Like, maybe I should have gone for something crazy, like a forward or something.
Yeah.
I think at some point I had a bit of hope, I got some good trades, but yeah, eventually Vikings just outproduce you.
And this one, I was just checking, like, were you feeling that you always have the advantage here with the Sunset, but this civilization that supposed to don't have cavalry units and how fast they are, how annoying it is to be chasing those units all the time?
I didn't even know what the hell his units did, man. I had to open the tech tree halfway through the game to check what the hell his castle unit
Did you check it?
Yes, I checked. I don't know what they do, man. I saw something about deals more damage. I wasn't sure. I didn't have much time to read, right? So I just briefly read through it, but I just didn't know what his units were doing, like what to make against them. I'm pretty sure like Camel's straight up would have been the correct choice. Camel Skirmisher, but he took a bad fight when I wasn't looking. I mean, a good fight when I wasn't looking in the middle, and then kind of made the game awkward. But yeah, I think I was just very ahead the whole game. Almost a bit of a throw.
Yeah. I mean, he was trying to go all in now, like he was trying to do something, but refused to die. This game, probably one of the games that you has enjoyed the most ever, right? My God.
It was, I mean, it was a fun game. Obviously, don't like that I lost by time. I think I was gonna win. But, you know, that's just how it works. Yeah, I thought I was dead at some point, but I managed to raid him a lot and push back. So, yeah, you know, I think that's the first win by time in this tournament, right?
Do you have time to even check what was the population mr.yo had at the end?
No, but I'm guessing like 65, something like that.
You are close, you know, and you got close to 70,000 resources more collected.
Brutal. Like I had no units, man. I mean, to be fair, at some point I got impatient and unengaged when I probably shouldn't have. But obviously, it's just very hard. Romans don't really have the best units to deal with this when he gets BBC plus Arbalest. But I think the raids did it.
And how frustrating is when you are pushing all the map and you feel that you are not recovering the score? Like you're doing all the monasteries and then you are trying to push all over. You were killing here millions of villagers.
I'm trying everything, man. I think I should have gone for the Rams earlier, maybe. Yeah, perhaps that was the play. And otherwise, not really sure. I think I don't know if he expanded early to the bottom, but I felt like I was ahead. I should have been ahead enough that I should just overrun him in early game. But yes, as I said, I got impatient and I took a bad fight, and that gave me a chance to come back.
Honestly, I feel very proud about you because that game can be very frustrating, and then you jump into game number 5, clean mind, you know, and play like if nothing happened, no?
Yeah. No, I mean, I know the rules when I'm playing, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get frustrated because I lost by time.
Okay.
I'm more frustrated by the fact that I think that loss might mean that tomorrow I have to win to get through. So like that last game, like this game we're watching, kind of doesn't matter for me anymore in some way because I need to win tomorrow.
Anyway. Okay.
Because of game difference.
Okay. Well, but you can get more or better spot in the intergroup as well, because if then mr.yo win tomorrow and then you win, there can be some throw there that can be very interesting. What about this one? Because Tatars feels here now that if you get the lead, is also the better civilization.
Yeah, I mean, Persians are just a very strong civ too, but I know Tatars get a lot, right? The Tumbling, CA, Hills, it's just a lot of bonuses that go together on this map. Yeah, but I think it's competitive, honestly. I was a bit afraid that if the game went on for too long, he could get to Savar. So that's what I was thinking, but you know, I just killed him before that. That was my plan.
But mechanically talking, how you feel today? Because I was watching closely, and I feel that you played very well. The games you lost was more, well, you saw the factors it made you lose.
Yeah, today was definitely better than yesterday. I felt a bit more comfortable. Yeah.
Okay.
Well done, Hearttt. Congratulations on the win once again, and thanks so much for joining us and sharing your perspective on that match.
No problem. Thank you.